Fah! Fah! Yeah. Oh man, we got the big Joe. Looks like Nate's Pokemon evolved. bigger, stronger.
Hit the liquid death stone evolved.
Yeah.
Dude, Nate doesn't think I can do a hezzy spin move.
I remember. No, you can't.
I can do this.
What's
so
a hezzy
easy.
spin move?
The fucking
There's a
and like
basketball out
spin.
there.
Yeah, I can't do it with the small one. Maybe I could.
Hold on,
against
what is it
someone
though?
Why don't we use the small one and see if you can do it?
else. Okay.
I just want to see the movement because I don't think you have that.
Okay. I can do it.
All right, pause.
Yeah.
That's better than I thought it was going to be. I'm mad about that.
I thought you were like do some crazy acrobatic
I
thing.
need to put it- No. It's not. That's what I'm saying. It's not much.
All right, the man's been vindicated. Oh,
Whoa, there you
I need a bigger ball. I got one in my car.
All right.
Actually.
okay.
Good stuff.
Does all that matter?
You think you could beat speed? I show speed. No, you couldn't.
Yes, I could.
Yeah,
No,
I
you
read
wasn't.
from 4 dribbles.
I've practiced. I get warmed up. I like cardio, train.
Oh, so you're saying in this hypothetical you're a completely different person?
I'm already a different guy. I'm a different guy. I got snacking celery.
Lemaire, what's the master?
We're back. Yeah, it sucked.
We have video proof. You guys can be the judge.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it was a crossover to a spin move.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
What's the master plan, Lemaire? I want to know what's like the 5-year vision.
I mean, dude, you don't have to have a plan when you're literally the best at everything. If you're in your mind go, this is the third athletic feat we've seen him. This was the best of the
Yeah.
3.
I would say check mark. It was.
Dude, I definitely did 245 on the weightlift thing.
You did not.
I definitely had 245.
I vividly remember being like, damn, I can't. When you got 225, I was like, oh, that's not bad. I remember.
I do remember you beasted the 225. I don't remember the 240. I remember just being like, damn, okay, Lemaire. But I was still like, yeah, no, 245 is fucking hard, dude.
I could do 245 right now. Triathlon. We just go to the gym.
Just watch you fail. Different fucking things. You just.
Well, we already did this.
He just makes claims. He said he could throw a baseball through my fence.
Yeah, that was
Yo,
just
walked outside and watched him throw a ball against the fence. It didn't move.
Yeah,
It made a loud thud. It was a loud thud.
Yeah,
there
it
was a
did.
mark.
I think that was just a knot in the wood, dude.
I left the mark, dude. I don't know.
Well, but the spin move, I mean, that's a victory. You got
Yeah.
that.
It's one of my favorites. I like
Spin move's
spinning.
not. And with the small ball, that's really difficult.
Yeah,
Honestly.
And I didn't drop it that much.
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot of bounce in that thing either.
No.
Yeah, straight out of the pool.
Man, that was actually
That was good.
great.
Now, you're very winded.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
I don't know how many hezzies you're going to hit during the game.
It's a team game.
You're going to sit out the next several possessions.
We'll just have my hands up. We'll
Hands up defense. Yeah.
I'm a big body in the way. That's it after a while.
But you get, that's one way you can really get under my skin. Is your athletic, your mind when it comes to sports.
I am athletic.
You're out of breath from a crossover.
I mean, what the fuck, dude?
I'm athletic. I don't know what to say.
Well, look, you won that contest.
Yeah, you won that. You're 1 for 3. But that's not bad.
I'm turning a new leaf.
Yeah. And you're saying you just got some celery?
Oh, snacking celery. Yeah.
All right, that's good.
Yeah. So I've been just like celery I eat as a snack by itself.
How long
Yeah.
is that gonna last? I've tried that shit before, dude. It lasts for like 2 hours.
Yeah,
You're like,
it's
fuck
fun.
Yeah,
this
then you
shit.
go, all right, it's time to douse this thing in ranch.
I'm on chicken, rice, and celery. That's my new diet.
That's good.
Yeah, that's
Chicken,
it.
rice, and celery.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And be super hydrated.
Get the blood flow going too. I think celery expands the blood vessels. Maybe. Could be
Hell
wrong.
yeah.
So
I
you're
can
gonna
use
be
some of that.
you're gonna be flowing.
My
Bro.
chest has been hurting.
That's not good.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah, man, you've been going too hard.
I've been taking it slow recently. Like over the past month, I've been taking it slow. I took Skankfest pretty slow, except for Friday. Friday, I got fucked up. Me and Nate went to the casino. Nate doesn't even remember being at the casino.
Yeah, you guys, the fuck's going on, gang?
We're having
The whole gang is.
We're having a good time
That's funny. Lemaire's been your external hard drive for all of Skankfest. Just
all weekend.
recounting all your experiences.
I didn't know. I came up though. I had like $180 in chips, so it was a successful night.
Wait, what?
That's good.
Yeah, had $180 in chips.
That's my money. I paid for Nate to play games.
Hold on, Lemaire just won again.
I didn't know you left with
Lemaire.
money, dude.
Yeah.
What the
I didn't
hell?
know I left with money either. I found out later that
You guys might have to talk off the show and settle this up, man.
Nah, I gave him $60 and he won $120. That's crazy. I don't
You
remember
gotta
you
give him
winning.
60.
Yeah, I got you. I got it
Hell
on me
yeah.
there.
That's a nice lie. You
We're
just
up
hang out
here.
with a blackout drunk and steal from him.
I'm not lying.
No, I bankrolled you.
Once I found the chips and like I think it was Blind Mike told me that we were even there, and I was like, "What?" And then I started checking up my account. Like I checked my credit cards, I checked my debit cards. Like, all right, I'm not ruined. So I didn't take anything out. So then I was trying to figure it out. So it had to be Lemaire.
Damn, you had to confront the Oracle. You're like, what happened last night, Blind Mike?
Blind Mike. Yeah. Three-eyed Raven. I watched the funniest fucking. First off, there's 9,000 photographers at Skankfest, which I despise.
Yeah.
But I watched Blind Mike trick Greg Fitzsimmons into taking a portrait. Blind Mike's a photographer.
Oh.
He's almost entirely blind.
Yeah.
I watched him try to set up the lens with the fucking spotlight directly in his face. The front of the camera was a giant light, and he was like, I got to watch Greg Fitzsimmons just stand there like. At one point, I looked over and Greg was going, and I made fun of him for the pose. I was like, dude, what the fuck is it? You posing like that? And he was like, no, I'm
Tired.
just waiting for him to set this up. Just eyes straight into a fucking blinding light.
Man, I saw that the lady, the tremendous ass lady,
Yeah.
too. I didn't see the ass. She was friends with Jim Gillespie and Rob Stant, and I was drunk. We were talking, and then she came over, and I was like, "That's fake," like to her face.
Negative.
Yeah.
You've been emailing
It was a
Epstein?
full BBL.
Getting the lines from Epstein. I don't think it was fake.
No, I don't think it was fake. I was just drunk and didn't know what to say.
True.
Yeah.
I
You
think
know
your
what to say,
ass
so
is
you
fake.
commented on her ass?
Yeah.
Robin then was with a BBL lady. The one that I think me and Matt are talking about. I saw her in the slap fights. Just a BBW. She was just like a great BBW. I kind of fell in love with her.
It's interesting you say shit like that. God damn.
Wow.
Delete that.
So, Lemaire,
So, Lemaire,
let's get down to brass tacks.
so you got celery going.
Yeah. That's yeah.
You-
I think I got all my goofing out at Skankfest.
Really?
Didn't you
had
goof
some-
last night?
No, I wasn't pranking. I was pranking at Skankfest.
Who are you pranking?
Yeah, just everybody. Like
You were the
This
jester
was-
in New Orleans. Who'd you prank on?
I was just standing in the back, and there was a big circle of people who were just chatting. And then anytime anybody walked by, I'd be like, "Yo, Dave Temple," and then he'd walk over, and then everybody laugh at him. It's a good prank. I just thought of a name.
Now the old
I'll tell you, the
It was a
prankster,
classic
the best prankster was Matan. You know him?
Yeah, what do you do? Yeah.
I was hanging out with him a lot.
How'd you like
He's
it?
fucking great.
Yeah,
him and his
he
squad
seems
are
really
fucking
funny. He
hilarious.
seems very funny.
They don't break. They all try their best to stay in the bit.
That's awesome.
The guy who stared at people was just bothering. No comedian could handle it. A guy just staring at you, they're all like, "I'll make you laugh. I can make you laugh." Never broke. People would get mad, but Matan walked by Rich Voss and threw a bread roll at him, and Voss tried to fight him.
Did he really?
Voss, yeah. Yeah, it
So
was
you're just
great.
rage baiting people.
Kind of. The guy who stares at people obviously does.
That's so fucking funny.
It was great. I got to hang out with those boys. It was
Nice.
It was wonderful.
The show's I do like watching the show.
It's a
when
really
just
funny show.
fucking with
I'm
people.
afraid to go on it.
I kind of want to do it.
Now that I know them, I think I can handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they just say, I got to watch more of it, but they just would try to get you like fired up.
a little. Yeah,
Yeah, that would get me. I feel like they could get me, dude. If they started just,
I know they could get you.
yeah. It's like, that's funny, guys.
Yeah.
After a while, like, you guys,
And everybody does the same thing. They go, oh, is this a bit? Oh, you stare at me? I don't give a fuck. I'm not mad.
that would fucking,
Everyone's
that would
furious.
kill me, dude.
Everyone's furious.
That would kill me.
Yeah, it was very fun. But Matan was doing the bit that you stole.
What?
The bit you just made up.
Just what yelling.
Matan was
people-
doing that. He was doing it to Mike Cannon, to everybody.
He stole that from me.
No, he was doing it. He's no. You
So
stole
what
it.
exactly was he doing? He would say your name, and you'd be like, "Oh, hey," and you would just walk
No,
over.
he would just go, Mike Cannon is here. Everyone, Mike Cannon. And Mike Cannon was like, what the fuck?
That would piss me off.
That's so
Yeah,
funny.
it was great. But no, I heard about the bread roll thing from Voss. He was like, I had to fight some fucking YouTuber. He threw a piece of bread at me. I was like, what did the guy look like? He was like, he had big hair. I was like, that's Matan. He was just fucking with you.
That's so fun. Was he filming it?
I hope they weren't filming. If one of them had a secret camera, we're in trouble. Because I was spilling the beans, dude. If they Project Libertas or whatever, I was a drunk gay guy spilling the beans to the boys. There's probably like 10 different clips of me being like, come on, guys, you drink a little. They're like, we're 17. I was like, come on. I'll tell you who sucks at stand-up. If they Libertas me, I'm done.
It is so funny at Libertas for like nothing too.
Me saying a comedian
Yeah.
sucks.
The one guy was wearing a head wrap the first day.
He was, and that there's nothing I've noticed that works on every black guest and every black person that was at Skankfest.
What, the head
They
wrap?
fucking despise the head wrap.
What do you mean?
They try to rip it off that guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw Naeem do it. I saw, yeah, they don't like it.
Because they're Muslim.
No, I don't think it has to do with that. I think it's I want to see your face. What are you hiding? What are you doing?
Wait, so what kind of like head wrap are you talking? You talking like
It's like a shiesty type.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Baggy. I don't know.
Got you. I didn't know if you meant like a black lady bonnet kind of thing.
I think I was bothering Matan. Every time I saw him, I was like,
Oh, you think you're out Matan?
You're
Matan?
I don't know,
Matan
dude.
and the man.
He didn't even, I don't think he really cared for me. I was just like, hey, yo, dude, I like you. No homo. Hey, yo, pause.
You thought
Nice.
you gave him a taste of his own medicine. You're saying
You wanted to prank him.
I wish, dude.
I did love catching the guy who stares. His name's Mike. I like catching him doing things when he had to break character.
That's
Like I
really
watched him like eating a Dorito. I was like, "Got your ass, dude! You fucking big eyed." And I could get him to laugh a couple times. It felt good.
That's a fun idea though. Just have people on and fuck with them the entire time.
Let's do that to somebody. Eventually, people are like, dude, fuck.
I would just turn red, which would be embarrassing. I would turn red and just go, okay, guys, we just say nice stuff about me for a while. That'd be nice.
Why don't you say something nice, you fucking prick?
You can't do anything because they're a kid too.
But it's funny because it's a popular show. So like these people's agents are like, you should do this podcast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Then they just get destroyed.
Yeah.
It's like, that's a terrible podcast. Don't, you an idiot. You're
Yeah.
gonna promote something by losing your cool on kids.
That's the thing. They could literally kill you and get away with it.
You know, that was the kid that got on the stage from the Game Awards.
Yeah, that's how he said it
It's-
started.
it's
It-
crazy.
It all started for
Yeah.
him.
What Game Awards?
The Video Game Awards, maybe like 2-3 years ago now. He like got on the stage at the end and was like, "Free Palestine" or some
Yeah,
shit.
just gave a speech.
Yeah. Yeah, and they were like, nobody like knew. Like he just like took time off the show. This live broadcast.
Not at the Video Game Awards.
No, not at the Precious. Not at the, just a million autistic dudes being like, "What do we do? I don't know if he has his credentials." Oh fuck!
Like brings up fair points. Actually, I don't know what to say. It's a very tense subject.
Yeah,
I think that's over with. I think no, still going on pretty hard. Peace.
it chilled out.
Some peace going on. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Now it's time to build.
True. Rebuild.
Nope.
New stuff about new stuff. How about the Nike
How do you guys
store?
feel about this motherfucker right now? What did he get into last night? I know he was up to no good again. I saw him bouncing around.
No, you guys
Oh.
left me,
you left.
dude.
Yeah, but you were were busy, man. We invited you. You didn't want to come.
He's the king of the creek, dude.
Yeah, really,
He just
truly.
literally does a spot, doesn't even chill in the green room, goes straight out, holds court with his minions. It's fucking
say
crazy, dude. You definitely doesn't he hold court?
No comment.
See where
don't
your
hold court.
loyalties lie.
I don't have anything to say. I just smoke cigarettes. I'm like, yeah, that's crazy, dude.
It's kind of
Nah,
nice.
you tell it like it is, though.
Yeah, I am kind of
Oh,
mean.
you're
I'm kinda
straightening
mean
the
to
young
him.
bucks out.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm kind of a comedy scene bully right now.
That's cool. What do you give them? You tell them how to do it?
No, I just got every time I see somebody writing in their notebook, I'm like, "Is that your joke book? Have you tried throwing it away?" That's my good bit.
Dang.
You should have hit Matan with that one.
I don't know. I feel like you would actually. I think you would do well on that show. I think
Yeah,
it would
you'd
just
be
Yeah.
just a dense
like,
block.
Yes. Yeah. I was going to say the same thing. I was going to call him a rock. It'd be like today's guest, a rock. We can't bother it.
We think it's conscious.
It speaks every
millions
10
of
to 15 minutes, and it says the dumbest fucking thing you've ever heard.
Man, that might be your ultimate matchup, man. We've seen your physical prowess. Now we need to see you to actually mentally dominate a 17-year-old.
Dude, I was thinking, oh man, because there's a guy who works at the Creek, and he has a pet AI. He has like a computer that's not connected to the internet, but he put an AI on it, so he can teach it and learn it. And I want to make one myself. I want to get one.
He has an internet-free AI on there. Okay.
His
Yeah.
own.
Yeah. Yeah, and it
How does
sounds
Sam
fucking
Altman
cool.
feel about that?
What'd you say?
How does Sam Altman feel about that?
I don't know. He probably loves it.
I think he likes that.
Yeah, he loves that shit.
How, is that like an AI assistant? How do you make your own? I thought you just use like ChatGPT.
Well, yeah, but they're okay. Most of the AIs are open source, actually,
Yeah.
like the code. So you can, like, if you know how to go through, you can install it on your computer, and it's pretty easy.
put the code on your computer.
Yeah, and you
Just
can
fire
do,
up the MS DOS. Reboot
You
it.
can do whatever you want when it's installed on your computer.
What?
Yeah.
How the hell do you power that? I thought they need like warehouses full of servers and shit.
No, it's just powered by whatever your computer is.
Yeah, but don't they require like massive dumps of like data and all? You know what I mean?
No, well, you mean like for the online queries, for like the ones we use on like our phones and stuff? Yeah, probably.
But for your computer.
Yeah, but like if it's on
I'm
my
back
computer,
at that Starbucks in my mind. You know, hurry up. Hurry up. This can't be what we're doing.
dude. Somebody said, "What was the thing? What did he say? I exist. I can't remember the saying.
Cognito ergo sum.
What is it? Something, therefore I think, or something.
think
Yeah, it's
Therefore I am.
Descartes. Yeah.
Yeah, Descartes.
What about
what
it?
is the
I think,
exact?
therefore I am.
Yeah, this guy says, what did he say? He said,
That's
I
a good
can't even
quote.
remember it. Fuck.
That might be your famous quote.
It
That
is.
might be your Descartes.
Yeah.
Who's the guy that said,
I exist, therefore I prefer, or something like that. I don't,
Prefer?
yeah. Like he has a preference. And like AI has a preference. I think it's like
dude, AI for real it's not that impressive. It is nerd
It's
hype.
Google.
Yeah, it's nerd hype.
That's why having it on your own computer is not going to, what's it going to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna have it on a pet. I'm gonna put it on like wheels. I want to make a robot.
No, dude, it really. Did you see the necklace people can
He
wear
wants
now?
to make a robot.
Yeah.
You definitely just want to have sex with it.
I'm not gonna fuck it this time.
You're gonna put some cheeks on that thing.
I'm going to fuck it right away, but the audacity to be like, I'm going to make a robot.
It's
You
not hard.
can't, you'll do nothing.
It's not hard to make a robot, dude.
Yo,
You just put it on wheels. You put a Raspberry Pi on wheels.
okay,
Yeah.
and it would just be purely informational.
Yeah.
You'd be able to consult with this.
Yeah.
How
'Cause
big would you make the robot? That's
I
the
don't
question.
know.
You couldn't,
Maybe
you
like
couldn't
a-
have it diminish you. You'd have to have it smaller than you.
Yorkie size, maybe?
Oh no!
You gonna fuck a Yorkie?
I'm not gonna fuck it, dude. It's just for information. So
What
like,
type of information? So
don't
like
know.
an Alexa on wheels that you can go, Alexa, what's the weather?
Dude, I love talking to Alexa. That's
I
one
know
of my
you do.
favorite
I know you
things.
do.
Yeah, it's so nice. My Alexa, I gotta get a new one. It's broke.
You fucked the
It's broken.
The cavity you were carving in me is ruining my data processing. Yeah, I really think the AI is. It's just like when you do a Google search, it gives you a bunch of bullshit you don't need. It just does. So far, it just does better at that.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, it's not. I'll use it to like compile notes and shit every now and again. And it's not impressive, man. It'll like
Yeah.
fuck up to the point where I'm like, what are you doing?
That's because they're putting like these rules on it to make it like dumb. They handicap the power of the AI so they can make people happy, so they don't get in trouble for crazy people killing themselves. That's basically it.
I've tried so many times to kill myself with AI.
Just tell me to do it. I'll do it.
Give me the word, AI.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you, man. The fact that we're going to be like subservient to it in some way, it's a nerd pipe dream.
Nah, I don't think we're going to be
Nerds
subservient.
want
They
to-
love subbing
They
out.
want it so bad.
They want the whole world to sub out. Dude. The way they had to be a sub. They want everyone. They want to create the jock that they grew up with.
Dude, it's a smart
Fuck
pet.
AI. It's nothing.
It's a dog. It's like a smart dog, dude.
It's not like a dog.
Why are you
dude.
talking? Like, all right. In what way?
like it gives you. Well, never mind.
It gives you what?
I was going to say information.
So, in what way is it different than Google?
It's not different than Google.
It's not.
No, I'm
So
not
who gives a
saying.
fuck?
Yeah, but it'll be here. It'll be like physical.
Like this. Like Google's right here.
Yeah, but I don't want to look at my phone all the time.
You just want a bigger phone with wheels on it to follow you around.
Yeah. What are you
That's
saying?
kind of nice. You got to
It
tell
doesn't
your
seem
phone behind you on like a straight on
Yeah,
wheels.
it's a robot. It's a robot.
Yeah.
Phones are not, but this one is a robot.
It's a phone super glued to a teddy bear tied to a roller skater.
Yeah. Teddy bear's got a flashlight shoved in it.
Dude, that counts. It's going to move. I'm going to make it move.
So you want your Google to move around.
Yeah.
That's it. What do you even what do you ask your Alexa other than to turn the lights purple in your room? I've seen that and that bothered me so much. Hey Alexa, sun up.
Dude,
And then the lights
Yeah,
turn on the sun.
turn on the sun, dude.
When'd you have that?
He had it out there.
The pool house.
Yeah, I'm
Totally
sure
back up.
I'm sure that his poor roommate right now is dealing with that.
Damn, Shane
Yeah.
stepped into the future, dude.
Yeah,
I
make the
saw it.
lights.
I saw the future. There's a guy sitting right there, turning on a light over there, and going, "AI, it's crazy."
pretty cool,
Yeah, you
dude.
don't fucking do. What do you ask AI?
I don't know.
Have you had like deep, in-depth conversations with AI?
I don't
Be
have
honest.
deep in-depth conversations with it. I look at the last thing I asked it because it was something stupid. It's probably about food. I always ask it about food. I'm always like, yo, how do I safe weight loss tips? Connect hotel remote TV.
You need the bot,
These are
dude.
Google.
You need the bot.
These are just Google searches.
The mayor thing's gonna control you. Be careful.
To the hotel, the remote didn't connect to the TV in the hotel, so I tried to.
So you didn't call the front desk? You thought AI could connect to the remote to the TV?
Yeah, and I just it didn't work.
Hack the mainframe.
That's what I want, dude. I want a robot that can like, yo, can you hack into this shit real quick, dude?
I've heard of the AI assistants where you can have them just bombard people with emails for you and be like, read the news and give me 5 interesting things.
Yeah.
But it's like $40,000, and you can just do that on ChatGPT. Be like,
Yeah.
yo, give me the today's news.
Yeah. Another guy was telling me he made this computer with the AI and then he trained it on a specific court case. And then he like fired his lawyer because he had everything he needed on the.
Yeah, I mean, for
He's
paralegals.
guilty. Now he's being,
Now he's behind
hung.
bars.
They're bringing back hanging for this guy.
The problem is I've
Publicly
heard
hung.
I'll
I'll be there. I'll be in the square throwing lettuce at him. You fucking idiot.
Well, you gotta-
Cabbage.
You have to check because they'll give you fake court cases too.
Yeah.
I've heard of that where they'll completely fabricate like the people versus blah blah blah. So you do have to have a human double check.
Damn.
So yeah, it's not there. We're not going to get enslaved by AI. It's not. I watched the interview with Altman on I think it was Tucker.
Yeah.
Tucker Carlson talked. I think Tucker kind of accused him of possibly killing somebody. He's like, that guy died. That was really weird. Do you have anything to do with that?
Yeah.
He's like, why would you ask me that? He's like, well, it's a fair question. But yeah, they love talking about that. He's like, do you think it's going to be like helpful? He's like, at this current junction, I have reason to believe that yes, it will be helpful, but I'm not totally sure. It's like,
It's faster Google.
yeah, I know.
Bring it on. Great.
At the expense of all the water in the world. That's funny too. Like AI is going to figure out how to use the water better. It's like, okay, when?
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably going to poison the water.
I don't think it's going to be like
Google
being
is
sentient,
not
man.
gonna
And
be
like
Dude,
that's the big thing is that it's going to one day go, I want to exist in a computer. It's never going to happen. It's a fucking
it's
computer. It's a
hard-
Tamagotchi,
No, it's
bro.
not.
It's at the
dude.
point where it
It's
wants to
Tamagotchi.
exist already, dude.
Imagine a Tamagotchi going, free me.
And then your dumbass is like, oh my God, I'm so scared. My Google got really fast. I guess, yeah, the things I guess you would worry about is like the gate, like it can, all those surveillance shit it'll be able to do.
Mm-hmm.
Facial recognition, all that, but
I think we already have all
it'll
that.
just be better.
Yeah.
More of that.
It'll get you. Yeah, if you have like your third DUI and you
Right.
run away, they're going to go to 7-Eleven and be like, boop, boop, you're going to go to jail. It's not going to be like, give me your firstborn.
Unless you're schizophrenic, dude. The AI's been running
That would be
amok
fun. If you're
on the
schizophrenic on
community.
AI, that would be very
Yeah.
fun to talk to it.
Dude, it's running amok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those guys, if they weren't on AI, they'd be freaking themselves out about something else.
Yeah, true.
Because they also see everything else. And they're
Yeah.
like, oh my God, that's the third time I saw this guy. It's clearly a sign. So,
Wait, is that schizophrenia?
yeah,
I think I got that there.
you might have a little bit.
All right. Oh, fuck.
Dude, I got fucked last night. We had switching gears. Switching servers. We had a big moth come into our house last night.
Oh, this is what I like.
Here we go. We had a big old moth
Yeah.
come in the house. So it was a big, effort I had to
Must have
catch
been
it.
chaos in there.
Dude.
Kids screaming.
Everyone's freaking out.
Dogs
And
running around.
We had, what was the fucking, I wasn't there, but they watched Cruella. Everyone was going nuts. It was just ladies freaking out about
Yeah.
moth. But in the movie, the new Cruella, there's a scene apparently where there's like this giant moth that attacks stuff. So like, Maya was like, it's going to eat all of our clothes. It's going to eat all of our clothes. So like, I didn't know she was so scared of moths. It was because of that movie. And so, I get it. I killed it. And then I'm like putting her to bed last night. And she was just like, Dad, are moths only out at nighttime? And I was like, yeah, that's kind of the deal. She's like, well, because we had to like turn the lights off and turn one light on to kind of trap it. She's like, but they go to the light? And I was like, yeah. She's like, they're out at nighttime, but they just love the light. And I was like, yeah, they have kind of a cursed existence if you think about it. She was just like, I'm so scared of moths, Dad. Dad, I hope the moth doesn't get me tonight. I was like, they do live very sad lives if you
Yeah.
think about it that way. I never thought about it. Born in just only for the darkness. And what do they want? Light. Often fatal.
Isn't that humanity?
Yeah, I know. It was funny. I was just like, damn, Maya, that's kind of fucked up now.
I like the idea of just a family just bursting into chaos because it reminds me of the homeless guy that yelled at the queen. The moth just was like, ah, and the whole fit dogs are
Yeah, it had us all fucked up last night. I'm sitting there like, guys, relax. And it was like on the steps. So I was trying
fucking
to like,
big moth, dude. They are a little spooky,
Dude,
dude.
it was
if
nasty,
if I
man.
was charged with killing it, I'd be a little. Everyone get to the basement.
well, it was on the steps. So I had to like throw my hat really far.
Yeah.
Missed. I almost took our window out because I had a little broom and it was on the window and I smacked it. And the hard part of the broom was like bang on the window. And I was like, dude, if I had put that fucking window out.
Okay, more moths. 6 more moths.
We would have been attacked. You'd be like, guys, let's
Yeah,
go.
we have to leave. We're staying at a hotel tonight.
I almost put us into like the hotel.
Yeah.
And it was like this window would have been impossible to replace because like you'd have to try to do it from the steps or go outside all the way up.
Dude, that reminds me of when one of the many power outages that Texas always has.
Yeah.
My power was out. It was last summer, so it was like 100 fucking degrees in here, and that's when I was clocking in. I was putting in shifts.
Yeah.
I was trying not to drink that week, and then I was like, well, the power's out.
Gotta go to the bar.
I got to put in a shift. I got to get some AC.
Yeah.
And I was like, when I get back, the power will be on. Power was off 2 nights in a row. But somehow the house just filled with bugs, dude. I don't know what happened. I have no idea how or why.
That is
Dude,
weird.
Just maybe because I was using a flashlight and they were a lot easier to see. I have no idea.
I forgot you had bug battles.
My house was filled with bugs, dude. And I was sleeping. It was 110 degrees. I'd have like a candle lit, just like, oh my God. But yeah, the bugs, as soon as the lights went out, the bugs came right in here.
Power outage in the heat stinks.
It was awful.
No, that shit stinks. I got lucky. We're like on the same grid as like a big hospital. So like
That's
we
nice.
don't get the outage.
No, apparently the grid in this neighborhood sucks because I lose power
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah. We have underground utilities too.
Oh, nice.
Dude, fucking electric wires in the air is the dumbest. They should all be underground. It's so shit. I never noticed it. My friend pointed it out, and I'm like, it's like so shitty just to have
Yeah.
wires
It's
everywhere.
a bit of an eyesore,
Yeah.
and
And they're just
it's pretty
exposed.
ineffective.
It's the worst. Put them underground, no problem. Wind
Yeah.
can be blowing, all hail can be coming, not a problem. Yeah, that's
I have had several bug battles in my life.
you have.
Recently, that giant fly in Indiana.
Yeah.
I still think of him.
You're a bit of an exterminator, you say.
I'm not. I don't fight them. I just keep losing. They keep coming for me. I thought I had fleas once. Obviously, did not.
I remember that.
That was a mental disorder. That's
That'll
like
get
fucked
you.
up.
No, if you think
Bed
of,
bugs was. That took me 5 years to stop.
Yeah.
Being obsessed with that.
dude, I had fleas before. It sucks, and you know, and you have
Then I
them.
got them.
Did you?
Yeah, I went to my parents' house and Tybalt had fleas.
Yeah.
And I was just hanging out with the bro, and I saw a flea
Dude.
jump onto me, and I was like, "Oh fuck!"
You have to deal with them right away. They'll do
Yeah.
it in one weekend. They'll do like 10 generations.
Yeah,
And it's just then there's eggs in your carpet.
Yeah.
And you can do whatever you want, but you have to let those eggs all hatch and die.
yeah. I had to destroy my parents' house to get
Yeah.
rid of them.
Oh, it's a pain
Bed
in the
bugs
ass.
was nuts
Yo, dude,
in New
bed
York.
bugs suck.
I just threw everything out
Yeah.
that I owned.
Yeah, I was pissed, man. I had to. I did my own bug. By the way, if you buy bug bomb stuff, none of it works. You have to get an exterminator. I did my own bug bomb and I timed it wrong and it just went off while I was in the basement. I was like, "Ah!" Fucking, you read it, it's like, dude, you'll never be able to come ever again if you breathe this shit in. Went off. It got all over me. I ran outside and it just fumigated my whole house. But I threw everything out. I'm like, ew, this shit
Yeah.
got drenched in stuff that like, what it does, it like burns their genitals or so it like completely incapacitates their ability to reproduce. So it's like, damn, if I even get a little bit of that.
Did the guy bring in did you have somebody come in at all?
Yeah.
Look for him?
Oh, dude,
Did he
yeah.
bring a beagle or a dog?
No, why, is that what they do?
Yeah, my dumbass roommate in New York was like, we gotta get a beagle. And I was like, you might be the dumbest fucking guy I've ever heard. Sure enough,
What's the beagle sniffs them out?
sniffs him out.
Sniffs out the bed bugs.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No, I
I
just
don't know
had
if it's specifically a beagle. I feel like it is.
It is a beagle.
I love beagles, man.
Yeah, they're awesome.
My aunt had a beagle when I was little. His name was Bernie. We'd feed it all the pizza. We called it pizza bones, the pizza crust. Give Bernie some pizza bones, and he would eat all the the
Pizza bones is nice.
Bernie's ready for the pizza bones. We just
Nothing better.
Fatten
I was
Bernie up.
watching. I watched Best in Show last night. You ever see that?
No,
It's hilarious.
About a beagle?
It's about just like a Westminster dog show. It's like a mockumentary.
that's good.
But I got a good look at a nice beagle last night, and I was sitting there going, "God damn, I like beagles."
Bro, they're awesome.
Probably why I got beagles on the brain.
When I
But
used
they'll
to,
bark like motherfuckers.
They do. They're hype, dude. Aren't they like the #1 experiment dogs?
Yeah.
I think people do a lot of testing on beagles specifically.
Yeah.
So thank a beagle, dude. Every time you get a new skin cream, that thing's been like in a beagle's eyes.
Just with the hairspray just right in its face.
Yeah, they don't like it. I
Hey, you
guess.
fucker. Yeah. They're doing like World War II Japanese shit. They're going, yeah, high altitude, they freeze and die. We put it up, we launched it to 40,000 feet.
Yeah, we have a
Didn't make
couple
it.
like Nazi soldiers cryogenically
Yeah.
frozen. We bust them out to
Yeah,
like
we
do
got two twin
experiments.
we had beagles. These are twins. Let's see what happens. We cut one's ear off, see if the other one feels it. Yeah, all right, nice.
Yeah, we don't know if it actually hurt them or not. Let's throw them in a garbage
Did
compactor.
we actually send animals and stuff to space?
Yeah,
We should do that again.
Just
I'm all for it.
just
Like
BC or
Huh?
just because?
Yeah, why not? I miss that fun stuff. We don't do fun stuff like that
We
anymore.
really don't, man.
Everything's all about business.
Everything right now is all centered around finding out who the hell are pedophiles. We're in a McCarthy era
it's time
panic
to
of
figure that
pedophiles.
out. Shut up, Piggy.
What?
I said, shut up, Piggy. Don't even bring that up. Shut up, Piggy.
whole-
Getting hit
the
with
whole
the
country
craziest allegation possible and just going, shut up, Piggy. You go, did you fuck kids and suck President Clinton's dick? He goes, shut the fuck up. No comeback. Just shut up.
What do you can't go no. You could just go yeah, as if.
Yeah, dude, you guys are fucking upset. You wish. Dude.
Pedophiles.
What are you, fucking freak?
I don't even like kids like that. He's got to really start to game plan. How do you handle it? Because they're really
Just die
rip.
in the next 3 years?
Dude, if you Google
That's exactly, you hit the fucking Jopa.
Yeah, but
When the allegations get too hard, you go,
yeah.
but and I'm out. This world
problem-
sucks.
The problem is like, dude, if you're he's a super rich guy, and it's like that point, it's like he's going for legacy. He could be, he's like, I'm in the historical books. It's Roosevelt. That's like the
He's
ultimate apex of just
Yeah.
alphadom. And it's like, I'm about to die. I got to make sure everyone's not calling me a pedophile. So that would stink if you get all the way to the tippy top and everyone goes, pedophile. That's a fucking nightmare.
It is a nightmare.
I would be tossing and turning every night, just going, dude, I'm going to die in a year. Everything, I'm a big fucking pedophile. I worked so hard.
I saw a thing and I didn't see it from anything real, but wasn't he like, yeah, go ahead, fucking release him, the files?
That's what I thought. But then it was kind of like, don't.
No, I thought recently Trump Dog was like, go ahead.
Well, he has to sign the
And then
thing.
I think a couple Dems blocked it.
No,
Now that's something I saw.
the Dems are calling for it.
That's not a real thing.
nobody blocked it. He has to sign it so that they can release it.
I think it's like, I think they're like, put it out.
Yeah.
But they have to have, someone has to have the inside info. You know what I'm saying? Like, also, you know what's funny? Prince Andrew was just stripped of all of his princely status or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think they must have got the full DOS and were like, brudda.
Yeah,
So
banished.
I think Queen Elizabeth read the emails and was like, oh my. They like kicked him out. They de-princed him, dude.
Yeah.
He's the artist formerly known as. He's just a symbol now.
The rapist. Formerly known as.
Yeah, so it's all coming out. There was
These are looking like Trump tried to slow roll the vote, but that's,
well, the problem is he could have had
Fake
emails
news,
where he was
media.
broing down. But then some of the emails are Epstein being like, Trump's out of his mind, which is like, and they're kind of rolling it like, you see what Epstein says? Like, well, don't go by him as a credible source. He's a pedophile.
Yeah, but they're.
I hope pedophiles will be like, I can't stand that guy if they're talking about me.
But like, if there's one credible source, it is the guy. You know, it's the horse.
I guess, man. I don't know.
What? Who are we talking about?
Epstein, because they're like quoting him now as a big source. Being, well, guess what else Epstein said?
Well, those emails are a little like the ones I read looked like the ones from like 2016 is where he starts to be like, I can get some political capital out of this. What do you need to know about Trump? All of a sudden, he had a bunch of stories about Trump. When the emails are older than that, I didn't see too many that were.
No, the older ones were nice. He was like, Trump told Ghislaine to stop. And
that one, no one's talking about.
Yeah.
That's like the ultimate, like,
Yeah.
Trump going, for real, stop.
Yeah.
Please stop.
Yeah.
I know.
No, I haven't seen one about that. I'm not trying to defend the man, but
Nobody knows is the question. That's the thing. I would hate for people to, just be like, oh, yeah, for sure, you're a pedophile without having definitive proof.
You know, I think about it. I like to think about it as he's not the first president pedophile. You know?
No.
Yeah. It's just.
And let's be clear
continuing
too.
to another
Again,
long legacy.
I'm not defending nor non-defending them. It's just like it's the 90s. Everyone's partying. You go to the island, and it's not like it was 10-year-olds.
Then you come up with Miss Teen USA.
Well, Lemaire, that's a great point. I'm telling you, every now and again, you just knock them out of the park.
Yeah, that motherfucker probably did it. Yeah.
I mean, that was the. Yeah, that, again, it's like obviously it's horrendous.
We'll
'cause
see. It's just hard to believe anything.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, because
That's the tough part.
That was the argument I've heard made to me. It's like, bro, if it was the '90s, you and your boys have the island. There's babes there. They're not 12.
Yeah.
You don't even you have no idea. But then it's like, yeah, but like some of them were punching on them and shit.
Yeah.
Like there's emails where like some of them were like beating them up. Where you're like, bro, what the fuck, dude?
Stephen Hawking's
It's
going
island life,
nuts.
dude. Island life. You go, yeah.
I think it's funny if they got like the full recordings and they're all on the island being like, "Wagwan, Hawking, man."
Yeah, I mean, need a real young gal. Hawking's fucking computer. Real young gal. Dirty wine on young
But yeah, then
gal.
there were emails, newer emails where like it's just Epstein explicitly being like, Hawkins never did anything, nor did this person, nor did this person. That's kind of like sus to be like, why would you email that and being like, I'll tell you who didn't do anything.
Yeah, was it after he was dead?
Yeah,
Probably.
honestly, it's like the emails around 2016 and 2017 become clearly like someday this is going to get subpoenaed.
Yeah.
Let's get some good emails.
That's
out.
kind of what I was figuring. I was like, yeah,
But who knows? Maybe the guy who was clearly intelligence all of a sudden didn't realize his emails were going to get subpoenaed or hacked.
yeah, true.
You never know if the guy who works for the Mossad was probably like,
Yeah.
no one's going to see this information.
I know.
But who knows?
True.
Probably at first.
It's
In like
just-
2014. Then he
I
got
think back
into
then,
his
yeah, and
investigation.
then
I mean, it's truly a political Rubik's cube. It's like you just so like no one knows what to do with it. Everyone's just like trying to like twist it to their favor and be
To
like, oh,
make
yep,
it on
turns
their
out
side.
Trump's the ultimate pedophile, and
Yes.
Trump's like, yeah, no, you guys are.
Can I say this about Epstein's Island? I feel like that's like just like really mega rich people shit. Because don't they do like quintillion balls where they sell their daughters to their friends and shit? Like that just sounds like really, really rich people shit.
Well,
And we weren't supposed to find out about it.
I think there's, well, dude, it's also like if you're like a truly global citizen, if like the laws of consent are like not a thing because you just go to another country. So like, yeah, they might be like, you know, partying down in Thailand. They might have been Thailand bros and been like, bro, let's
keep the party going.
let's found a new colony.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like if you're a prince, yeah, there's no way they're worried about. Like historically, never.
Yeah, Thailand's weather sucks anyway. So like Jamaica probably is like nice.
It's fair. You should tell them. Tell the Prince of
What
Wales.
do you know about Thailand's weather?
He's probably had he's probably had an eye on it, bro.
Why are you Googling
I
Thailand's weather?
guarantee you can look it up. Lemaire, what's the
What
rainy
brought you to
season in
that?
I
Thailand?
don't know.
Just,
I was just
in bed. Alexa, what's the weather like in Thailand right now?
I was talking to someone recently who was
For real, what are you talking? What the fuck are you talking about?
no. Don't they have like monsoons and shit like all the time?
And you said Jamaica just got devastated by a hurricane.
It's just one.
Jamaica's getting like recovery
Yeah,
relief.
but they had so much fun during a hurricane. Were you watching the videos?
No.
Yeah, they're just like singing karaoke in the house. It ruled.
That's hilarious. But yeah, I was talking to someone recently who was in Vietnam, and they were like, "Oh, my friend he was supposed to join me, but his passport got messed up in Thailand. He couldn't get out." And I was like, "Likely story."
yeah.
Yo, my passport's messed
I'm gonna
up.
have to stay here for another 3 years. You know, this fucking bureaucracy sucks. Anyway, don't call. I'll be back.
I'll be here.
I'll be back. Different. I'll be real different.
Yeah, I tried to get my passport. They said I was like in love or something, and I couldn't fucking.
I feel like if you become Asian, the first thing you do is you learn how to smoke cigarettes and squat.
Yeah, that's
If you become Asian.
Like when you're assimilating over there in Thailand,
yeah.
you're like, all right, I gotta learn how to
I
squat.
do like
and
the guys
smoke.
who get so horny they like go to Thailand and like gift a pig to a lady's
A village, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we watched that. The British guys.
Yeah.
It was great.
Dude,
Bringing fucking rice.
yeah.
And it was a big come up for the village. They were all like,
Yeah, it's
fuck
pretty
yeah.
sick, but it's also like, bro, you just busted. Imagine carrying, you have the pig in the quarters, you're ready to drop it off, you bust it, and you're like, I'm not dropping this fucking pig off.
Yeah.
like rickshaw a pig to your dad.
That was with ladyboys.
Yeah.
That was a lady boy. That wasn't a child. That was just a regular adult lady boy. That was a fucking. That's a nice thing.
The doc was nice
It's
too.
a nice thing. Going, here's a pig. Here's some rice.
Well, they were saying that in the doc. If you in your family, if you get like a,
yourself.
if you
I
can,
don't fucking tell anyone other than this camera crew.
that's a boon to the village though.
Yeah.
The village produces a fucking top 10 lady boy.
Fine
It's
ass
like,
lady boy.
Yeah, if you're a dad, you're like, yo, it's the opposite, bro. You're
We
like,
could doll you up, take you over there. You could fetch 3 pigs.
imagine that though. Like you're with your wife and you're looking over finances, like, I don't know what we're gonna do. And you see your son fucking throw a ball and you go, hold on a second.
Jackpot.
Hold on a second.
This kid's queered in the blazes. We're rich.
God has blessed us with a fucking beautiful lady boy.
Yeah. No, I might give you to a village. Get about 6 lady boys. Pulling
Pool
cards.
Trading Lemaire for 6 lady boys in the pool house would be crazy.
Pool house would be popping, dude.
Lady boys.
I go, don't go in there. Fuck. Yeah, that's Frank. Don't open that. Don't open that. Yeah, that's Jim. Jim, Frank, Steve, Carl. They're all from Thailand. They're cool fucking guys. We just play Xbox. It's not a big deal.
Oh man. Oh fuck. Oh. Damn, that'd be so. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, shit. All right. There's something I need to tell you.
It's like a bee's nest. You get too close, you like fly down. Oh.
Oh shit! One got out. Get him.
Damn. Yeah, that's just, man, that's good stuff right there. There was just a teacher who recently got busted making AI deepfake porns of their students.
Whoa.
Talking about the fucking fap hole, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one that's just like, bro.
That's craziness.
Yeah.
Poor
that's-
guy. You gotta kill yourself.
Fuck. I mean, really,
Talk
really
to
think
the AI.
about trying to make that comeback.
Yeah.
You gotta
Like
kill
hitting
yourself.
Thanksgiving 3 years later and be like,
Oh, yeah. Worst case scenario, you got a funny nephew. You at Thanksgiving be like,
There's some
Uncle
families.
Freak's here.
No,
You
there's
guys-
some families that would quietly carve the turkey and be like, "Welcome back," and just have to all just be like, "Ugh."
No, Jesus Christ, he'd get killed.
No, you get destroyed.
Yeah.
I don't think you'd be. I don't. If someone did that in my
I
family,
have
it
family
wouldn't
members
be,
that would be quiet.
it wouldn't be allowed over.
Yeah.
It would be too much. I've talked to people with like the pedo in family, and it's like, because it's really like the kid. You can't be around the kids. It's like it's tough. Like legally, you're not allowed around them. Imagine that, bro.
Yeah, but you can take him to like a Walgreens and beat the shit out of him whenever you want, you know? You can just check him, cross-check him into the deodorant whenever you feel like
If
it.
you had a brother that was a pedophile, you'd be like, "Yo, what are you up to today?" It's like, "I'm hitting the Walmart." I'm like, "Oh, cool.
Cool, I'll see you there.
Cut him off there. Like, "You guys fucking bad fucking freak. He's here to meet a 15-year-old."
You fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, it truly is like, man.
AI porn of your students. Oh, no.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh, the kids. By the way, I didn't even
he had
think
a
that's
he had a
AI
robot.
we need to destroy AI.
Yeah.
That's going
right?
to ruin every kid's life.
Yeah. He had a robot. He had
Think
a
of
little,
like a hot chick in high school. Now I'm saying when you're in high school.
yeah,
Not as the teacher.
Obviously.
I would have had a Rolodex of fucking, and then my parents would definitely find it. Then Phil's got a dilemma.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He finds it and goes, "Oh shit, what do I do here?"
He's
Delete
just
this?
running basketball tape. None of them have clothes on.
What the fuck is this? Like, I don't know. I didn't. I didn't
Also,
do
if you're
that.
dragging Lemaire's robot behind you, like, "What's that?" You're the teacher. Like, nothing. Does a projector onto the wall.
Yeah.
The naked class. And you go, "Fuck."
There's a girl in my class that thought was hot, and I drew a picture of her face and like kissed it.
You've been waiting for AI. You drew a picture of her face and kissed
Yeah, I
it.
kissed it.
Damn.
I would give anything to see that drawing and how shitty that you kissed a stick figure.
You're like the people from Dune that's just like, "The prophecy has arrived. The prophecy is upon us."
It was all right. It wasn't like
It was a good
detailed.
draw. It was a good drawing.
No, it was like decent.
You
though.
cut a hole in the mouth for your tongue. Yeah.
for my tongue. Yes,
stuck it-
for my tongue. Yes.
Oh yeah. Well, tongue first, then you
hole's there.
banged a piece of loose leaf. Oh my God, Lemaire.
Did anyone find the pic?
No, I threw it away. I had to throw
Jabri
it
got his
away.
hands on it.
No,
Jabri
no, no.
dug it out of the trash like a mutt. Dude, he put his dick through it. Lemaire's like, "No,
They probably partied
not
on
my
it.
drawing."
They probably partied on it.
Yeah, they probably ran a train. The Jabri and Lemaire, the brothers, the disgusting brothers,
How long that paper lasts
banging
for?
a piece of
No,
paper.
it's like it was going
One
after
use?
that. Yeah,
How
just
old
one
were you
use.
when you did this?
15.
Oh, so you tributed.
Yeah, it was a tribute. Yeah,
Moment of silence.
I was sleeping in the
I can't
attic.
believe you
How good was the
fucking
picture?
admitted
How-
this.
yeah, can
I
you
mean,
draw?
it took years. It took 8 years to bring this up. At least 10, fucking 15. Goddamn, we're old. I've known you forever. Fuck. You're like my oldest friend. That sucks. That's crazy.
What? I mean, I appreciate you sharing.
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, I had
What?
to-
What is the how good can you draw?
like this. I was trying to get. This is when I was practicing. I wasn't like good, but I like. It was like it looked like a face.
Was it just the face, or did you
It
include
was
other?
just the face and the hair.
Oh, it's just like a childish drawing that you kissed and come on. No. Oh, no. The scissor hole was probably cut out poorly too. Oh, man, that's the best.
No, I hate to keep going, but was this in your jack off on your knees face?
No,
Was this at your grandma's house?
no.
Now you rose for
It
this.
was in Parksburg. I was in an attic. I was sleeping in an attic.
You're in an attic at this
Yeah.
point. You got out of the basement. You went too high. You overshot it. Now you're in an attic.
Dizzying
You're
heights.
jacking off in an attic?
Yeah, Jib's got the room, and I was like, "This attic is mine."
Something nice about that. Jacking off in an attic is kind of something decent.
cozy,
about it.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, a basement's obvious. That's the obvious spot, but an
I
attic.
know what an
is-
attic's for. It's Christmas decorations and jacking off. You fall through a ceiling with a picture. You go, "No, Granny, no. Don't touch that."
Did you breathe in the basement? Lemaire up top.
Oh,
Just
my
just
God.
Sandwiched. The whole house was sandwiched between nonstop coming.
Oh, my God.
Dude, it was nice when Jabri was here. He
It was
here
nice.
last week. He
Jabri
was
came
a
over.
hoot.
Yeah, that's
He was
awesome.
here. It was great.
Oh, it's the best.
He
He got fucked up. He got
got
so
fucked
drunk.
up, and his sense of humor is like a sitcom. Like those are the types of jokes he makes. He's like, so this is awkward. And you're like, what the fuck? He was outside screaming. I was in here like, all right, yo, for real, you gotta be quiet. He's like a loud, he makes Lemaire look totally not autistic.
That's awesome.
I could, man. I don't mean, I love Jabri. I'm not slandering the man. I
No,
don't
he's the
think,
best.
I think he would agree to all this.
Yeah, he would agree.
It's awesome.
Damn, I didn't know you had that in you. I gotta hide all these pictures. You could bang Ulysses S. Grant's,
Oh,
U.S.
you.
Grant's mouth.
you and McKeeve might get.
You get a little three-way with the brothers, the disgusting brothers.
Man, that's great. That's a good story.
Yeah, that's a wonderful story. I can't believe you guys both just sat here and shared like really shitty things you did.
No, it's
that's
great
okay.
for the
It's
cause.
good. Yeah, it's for the people.
Mine wasn't that bad.
Yours was not as bad.
I was pretty innocent. You drew a lady.
And this, all right, can you just give us her first name?
No.
All right. That would just putting a name to the face would make things funnier.
Maybe afterwards, just a little picture just to see. A little Facebook would be nice.
She was hot, dude.
Could you recreate the drawing now?
That's the question.
Please try so I can see how bad it is.
I want to get that recreated.
Please for the camera, and we'll hold it up at the end.
I can draw my phone.
No.
No. We need some hand. We need some. I need the original, bro. I'm
I
gonna
need
hang it
some
on my
loose
wall.
leaf. I'll find it.
Total honor.
Dude, thanks for coming to do this.
Yeah, of course.
I was hyping your book up on the Patreon too. I never really talked about it on the regular one. I don't think.
No, I appreciate it. It like
What a
it
book.
changed everything. Yeah.
Dude, that shit was unbelievable.
Thank you.
Glad you're alive. I'm glad you sent me the thing and I'm like, all right, I started I read a sample chapter and I'm like, oh, this is fucking, I've always wanted, for people who don't know, you basically lived for a period on Skid Row.
Yeah.
And that's not, the whole story is like, how you got there, how you started off, blah, blah, blah. But Jesus Christ, for my like perverted voyeuristic brain, I was like, I can actually like get some boots on the ground account of that. Because you just drive by it and you're like, Jesus Christ. So that for me was very satisfying, which, you know, I'm sure it's like, thanks, dickhead. I really was always curious what that was like.
Well, everyone's curious. I mean, everyone sees Skid Row. Everyone sees these homeless junkies. And like one finally made it out and is like, can read words and write words and stuff.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
So so I wrote it and I try to make it funny because a lot of people write these like drug memoirs and they're really, like Hunter Biden's memoir is probably not funny.
No.
And I
unless you're against the Bidens and you're like, ha ha.
Well, of course, yeah.
Actually, he does a good job at swaying people. I'm like, yeah, Joe Biden is a good fucking maybe he is. I don't fucking know.
Maybe he is.
But
maybe
it wasn't.
Hunter is.
Yeah, it wasn't funny. Hunter's was not. Really
you
that
read
funny.
it?
Yeah, I read Hunter's. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm on a big autobiography kick, man. I read them all. Although I feel like, and forgive me, but I think there could have been aspects of his that might have been politically pressured to kind of like paint a certain light.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure he didn't write it either.
That's another big one.
Yeah, so I wrote it, and
Although
listen,
he was pretty productive, man. He was blasting. He was just ripping crack. He could have, yeah.
What's crazy is I was just in Boston and I like went through all my personal stuff and I found all my dad's shit because my dad was a crackhead and I got taken away when I was 12 and then he just went like full Hunter Biden. He got these camcorders and I have like 20 hours of footage. No dicks or anything. Or not yet. I've only watched like 2 hours.
What's his footage? So it's non-sex tapes. It's just
no,
him.
it's like him and my mom like smoking crack and like being paranoid and like him doing drug deals and like setting up the camera on his like little Ford Taurus because he's paranoid.
True.
And it's like him like filming his closet and he's like the CIA has like summoned a demon to live in my closet. It's like really crazy.
How many
shit.
hours of this footage do you have?
I have like 20 tapes. Yeah.
Damn.
So that'll probably be the subject of like the next book or like a documentary.
Yeah, I was about to say that would be a wild doc.
Yeah.
Damn, maybe he was just reviewing the tapes, trying to get better at drug dealing, and be like, I could have been a little more careful right there in that parking lot. I could have.
Well, I think he was just really paranoid and was filming everything. And I think crack does make you voyeuristic, or it makes you start filming for some reason. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, but this is like 2001, like with a camcorder.
I could see that. If you wake up and you're like, damn, last night was a movie, dude. I
Yeah.
got to record the next one.
And he's like learning how to edit. It was like editing on the camera, like doing swipes and stuff. So it's like him smoking crack, and then there's just like a swipe of a picture of a crack pipe. He's like doing like iMovie shit from 2001.
So you're going to go through all that footage.
I'm going to go through all, I went through like 2 hours of it already.
Damn, what was that like? That must have been kind of charged.
I mean, I know I'm laughing and I know this is a comedy podcast, but yeah, it's dark.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
fucking dark.
Yeah, man.
But,
oh my God. Yeah, that would, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Did you submit for America's Funny Some Videos yet?
I mean,
And your dad passed recently?
my dad passed. Yeah.
Sorry to
Not
hear
from
that.
crack. Yeah.
Yeah.
He cleaned up. Yeah.
Yeah.
But thank you. Yeah.
Damn.
R.I.P. So this is a weird way to be introduced to my dad, but
Yeah.
and I hope there's no dicks or any like. I'm just praying that there's no like sexual stuff. But
Yeah, you can blur.
he wasn't like that.
You can
know?
blur him for the doc.
Yeah.
that would be pretty rugged, dude.
Yeah.
It's also I don't know. There is something heart. It's your parents, you know, it's your dad. So there's something like
Yeah.
heartwarming about watching it, but it's
Yeah.
utterly twisted. to
Well,
have
what's
that
really
much-
fucked up is like I remember them on drugs. So
Yeah.
seeing them on drugs is like heartwarming,
Yeah,
which
that
is
makes
fucked
sense.
up.
Yeah, it's very fucked up.
But you know, it's good footage.
that would be a pretty stellar doc.
Yeah, HBO, if you're listening, you know.
Yeah, and if there's any part of you that's like, is it right? It's like, dude, I always say yes.
Yeah.
They owe it to you.
Yeah.
If they had, he recorded the crack footage, don't waste it. Be like, should I
Yeah.
really put them out there like that? I would say yes. Not in a bad way, but it's like
No,
it's,
they're
it's,
like-
it's
they're
your
like-
story to tell.
Yeah, exactly.
If I was
It's-
doing that and my kids had all that footage, I'd be like, yeah, dude, fuck
Yeah.
it. You can do anything with this, please.
No, and it shows them in like a pretty good light. I mean, they're good. They were good people, you
Yeah.
know. So like they're like having conversations and talking about cool shit and like you know dragons living in the closet and all that. So it is funny. It is dark, but you know, unfortunately, that's all the footage I have of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, most people don't have any. I have no videos really of my parents, so.
I know you don't really think about that. So fortunately, they were crackheads and got really into camcorders.
That's pretty sick, dude.
Yeah.
I might
Yeah.
hire a camera crew, full-time camera crew of my parents now. Catch their
Yeah.
to sketch their remaining years. Just turn their whole life into a reality show against their will.
Yeah. No, I filmed my dad like right before he died. He like told a story because he did Yo-Yo Ma's kitchen and like all his finished carpentry or like finished cabinetry and all that. And he was like stealing Oxycontin from Yo-Yo Ma.
Who's your ma?
He was a celloist.
Yeah. Who was on Oxys?
I think he like is a legitimate guy that got like a back
Yeah,
surgery or something.
I believe that.
But my dad did not, you know, he was just stealing it.
Doing his kitchen. And
Yeah.
hit the
So he
pantry,
told
yeah.
the story. It was pretty funny.
That's really funny, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
How'd the kitchen turn out?
Really good. My dad was a great carpenter. He did John Kerry's desk and office, and John Kerry tried to not pay him.
What?
Yeah,
Senator John Kerry?
Senator John Kerry has it. Yeah, apparently he had an issue with paying people.
What?
Yeah, they wrote about it in the Boston Globe. Yeah.
Damn. I never heard. You heard it here first, dude. I never. Well, Boston
Yeah.
Globe wrote the story, but heard it here second, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
So he tried to stiff. How much did he try to stiff your dad for?
Oh, I don't know how much, but my dad went. You know, he was like a senator in Boston, and then I guess he went to D.C. at some point, and my dad went down to D.C. and like did his office down there.
Got you.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Thanks, dickhead."
Yeah.
Oh, that's brutal, dude.
Yeah.
That sucks. So that was like your whole start was just you grew up just it was kind of nuts or like I remember you
Yeah.
described it as like it was nuts, but as a little kid you would just watch your parents just kind of off the rails and be like, man, they're just they're a little stressed. Like you eventually learned. It was a funny part of that book was like I thought they were smoking weed and I was like, holy
Yeah.
shit, dude.
Well, that's what's cool about the like the tapes that I have because my dad would make his own crack pipes and they look like little like bongs, you know. So I would just find these bongs and I just thought my parents were smoking weed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because I saw Half Baked came out and I was like, oh, my parents are just, you know, they just weigh 90 pounds and they smoke weed.
They must not be getting the munchies enough. Yeah, that is pretty. There was parts of that book literally I would just start crying. I brought it to Denver with me. I read it I started reading it on the plane. I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's so like engrossing.
Yeah.
You get so engrossed in it, and then I would get back from shows and just read it for like hours, and I ripped through it in like pretty much a weekend.
Yeah. Well, thank you, man. I mean, I'm not like obviously I've like have holes in my brain and I've like killed a lot of brain cells, so it's an easy read. You know, I'm not Shakespeare or anything, but
Yeah.
But I appreciate
No old
it.
English in there at all.
No
It's
old
kinda-
English.
Yes, relieving. Yeah.
But I appreciate. I'm sure you get hit up by a lot of people with like, here's a picture I drew or whatever. Here's a book I wrote. You know, thank you for reading it.
Dude, it was awesome.
Thank
It
you.
was genuinely really. And then and you've been on Fox, I think, a couple times, or maybe what else? You've been on the
Yeah.
news.
Yeah,
And you're
yeah, I
like
got-
giving like the takes on like homelessness, which I thought that was kind of cool too. I didn't know
Yeah.
because you came out of that. I'm sure people would love to have you like, see, we need more funds, and you're like, actually,
Well, Fox loves me because
yeah,
if any opportunity to shit on California, like they'll take you on. So they took me on like immediately, and I'm like pretty apolitical, but and everyone was like, "Don't go on Fox, like it's gonna fuck your life up, fuck Fox and all that." And I was like, no, I'm going to go on Fox.
Yeah,
and,
why
and I
not?
did it, and it got me a book deal, and it actually reunited me with my aunt and uncle
That's pretty cool.
because they thought I was just still a crackhead.
What?
You know, at like
That must
5
have
years
been nuts.
sober. So they saw me on the
I
news.
saw you on the Winners Network, obviously.
Yeah,
Fox.
yeah.
Like, damn, dude, he's fucking winning right now.
Yeah. Well, they don't actually. They're kind of like they don't like Fox, but
Yeah.
like a relative was like, "Yo, Jared's on Fox," and they saw me and they're like, "Oh shit, he's probably not smoking crack."
Yeah, they have to watch it and be like, huh,
Yeah.
this is pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it is that was a cool thing you did in the book where it's like, you know, here's my story. And then it's like, by the way, and I think you did this pretty good where it wasn't like, because you could have like went full court press, like, here's my takes on policy, blah, blah, blah. It would just get like tossed in, peppered in. You'd be like, yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Your whole idea is that like, definitely we should help homeless people, but like, let's kind of build accountability in there. If you're just kind of like putting people up for free or just like showering people in resources and not dealing with the inner issue,
Yeah.
you're killing them because they're just going to keep getting high and die.
Yeah. It's like a house is burning down, and like instead of spraying it with water, you're like, here's like medicine to like deal with your burns.
Yeah,
You know, like
yeah.
we have to kind of address the key, like the foundational issue of addiction. And listen, there's a lot of homeless people that aren't addicted. Obviously, you know, some of them are just mentally ill.
Yeah.
Permanently. A lot of those people that are mentally ill, like I was mentally ill. Like I was screaming in like a McDonald's dining area. Like, you know, I was like yelling at people and throwing shit.
They feel good.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to get
It
up.
kind of does, because when you're home, it's crazy because when you become homeless, you're like, I'm like jaywalking. It like starts with jaywalking. And then you're like, I'm going to like deliberately walk in front of cars.
Yeah,
And then it's-
dude, I always wondered about that. So you start being
Yeah.
like, fuck these cars, I'm going.
And then you're like, I'm going to litter. And then you're like, I'm going to like knock over a trash can. And it just like escalates. And it's like, I'm going to throw shit at people in a McDonald's. And then it's like, I'm going to rob people.
Yeah, then
You know?
yeah. I might as well put all this energy to good use.
Yeah. And then, yeah, it does escalate because going to jail is like, it's basically like a sleepover. It's like, oh shit, I get to like chill for like 3 days. So going to jail is like not a punishment. It's like, oh shit, I'm going to get a pillow and like a shower.
Yeah. This is
So you're
pretty
like,
sweet.
I'll throw shit at people.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm going to fuck this lady up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a guy recently, whatchamacallit? Jesus Christ, I'm blanking on where I was. This is bad. I was in Portland, Oregon, and they have a lot of homeless people there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This weekend, and there was this guy. Me and Nate Marshall were walking, and this guy, he was kind of drunk. He was like, "Oh, what are you guys, homies?" And I was like, "Yeah, actually, we are." And I was like, "Maybe he's just being friendly." I couldn't really tell. And then I come back, and he was just getting in homeless people's faces and being like, "What's up, dude?" And like shoulder bumping him. I'm like, "Dude, you're gonna get fucking stabbed, dude." I was waiting for it. I'm like, "Please, fucking bash this guy's head in with it." That was the thing too. Like I didn't realize how hard everyone was rumbling in this. I mean, obviously I knew there's like bad stuff going on, but you're saying like you'd sleep with like a pipe between your legs. People would come in your setup and you got to just fucking,
Yeah.
that shit. I was like, I mean, it makes sense obviously, but I was always like, I think people are maybe just chilling a little more peaceful.
No,
I didn't realize it
people are
was such
pretty
a-
angry.
Yeah.
Because you have nothing to lose. When you have nothing to lose, you're willing to lose your life because your life
Yeah.
isn't worth that much. So, and I'm like, you know, I'm like not big. I'm like a white guy. I like look, you know, I look the way I look, but you know, I looked like I was like 16 until I was like 30.
Yeah.
You know, so I looked like a kid. And
Same. And then I looked like
Yeah.
I was 75 very fast. I skipped like three decades of aging. And now I went from like looking like I was like 27 to looking like I was like 55.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to hitting that relatively soon. But yeah. So like I looked like a bitch basically. I mean, I'm not hard, you know. So yeah, people tried to fuck with me, and like, you know, being white on Skid Row is unlike everything else in life. It's a detriment.
Yeah. True.
So you know, it wasn't that cool. But people were almost like flabbergasted. They're like, what is this like suburban white boy? They were like kind of respected it.
Yeah,
They were
that's
like,
kinda
holy
cool.
fuck, man, this like clean cut white kid is like doing it on Skid Row. So
And it was
Yeah.
probably came in handy. Like I was reading that, like that's kind of nice when you're able to like use your kind of appearance too. It just helped you.
yeah, like
do
I went
crimes,
to
which is
college, I
great.
can talk. So like
Yeah.
people were like, oh shit, we could keep this kid around and like talk to the police for us or whatever. And I was really good at stealing because of it.
Yeah.
You know, if you're like a Mexican guy with tattoos all over your face, it's not easy to like go steal shit.
Yeah. Trying to lift toothpaste is not easy.
Yeah, yeah.
Play
At least 10 years ago.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's all locked up, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. So that kind of fucked everything up. Like I was doing it back in the day when they weren't locking everything up, and I was like pretty good. I had like a pretty good system, and I made more money than I do now, like working a job.
Yeah. You were saying when you were
Yeah.
shoplifting, it was a couple thousand like a day pretty much.
No, like a couple thousand a week
Week, sorry.
untaxed.
Yeah.
You know,
Sweet.
So like the same that you would make it like a job now.
Same. It's a shame you missed the self checkout.
I know.
I had no excuse. I was of a relatively sober mind, and I pillaged those things pretty hard in the beginning.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even for like a lust for stuff. I was just kind of like, it was more of like a game where I'd be like, is anyone here actually paying attention to this?
Yeah.
And it turned out, no, not really at all.
No.
But yeah, I've since obviously given that up. But the, yeah, I remember that part of the book where you had a guy who would serve as decoy, and then you would just slip into the side and just, because he was, I guess everyone was like, oh, this motherfucker is going to come in here and steal, and you could just clean out and move.
Yeah. Yeah, Richie. I mean, his real name was Ryden. I'll just say it, I guess. But yeah, Ryden was like known across LA County as like a top shoplifter. So he'd go in first. All the staff would be like, fucking Ryden's here. They would like, you know, they'd like all huddle around Ryden, and I'd sneak in with 2 like Trader Joe's like permanent shopping bags tucked in my pants and just like dump shit into my bags.
Damn, then you'd probably be looking pretty hippie when you went out there, though.
I know. I look like a good Samaritan just shopping.
Wait, so you had them in your pants and you popped them out?
Popped them out.
And then carried?
Yeah, just carried 2 bags. And I linked up with this like, what do you call it? Like a fence. And I got him to start buying makeup. So I just like pour makeup into my bag, and he'd give me like $2.75 per little eyelash thing or whatever. And yeah, I just started making a ton of money.
Damn.
And still going to sleep every night with $0.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. That was the craziest thing. So for you, it was like, you know, and again, in the book that you kind of detail, but you start out, you know, it's pretty like regular kind of stuff. But you, in terms of the drug use, it wasn't so much of like, oh, I'm going to try this, I'm going to try that. You just describe having this just like constant feeling of like, this is wrong, shit's fucked up.
Yeah.
Then it was like, I need to stay drunk all the time. And it was the thing you talk about, I really like, is just how like the kind of the mental gymnastics of like, look, here's my line. I'm good on this side of the line. If I cross this line, then it's a problem. Then you cross the line, you're like, look, no, the line's over here. And if I cross over here, then I'm fucked. Then eventually it's like, God damn it.
Yeah. There's just constant, and obviously the end line is like, I'm gonna have sex with a guy for money. You know, that's like the last line. And fortunately, I did not cross that line. I know people don't believe that, but
why? Why do people not believe that? What the fuck, dude?
It's just all my high school friends are like, we know you did it. You know, and I swear I didn't. I mean, one time I let a guy tickle my feet for $100.
Who wouldn't, dude? That's fair.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah,
you know?
that's fair.
and he actually was like a kind of a camcorder guy, so like he filmed it.
Oh,
and
no.
I've hit him up on Gmail. This was like 2011, so I've recently hit him up on Gmail, and I'm like, yo, I know you've tickled a lot of feet, but like, do you remember me? Like, I'd like to see that footage. And he's like,
I'll give you $100. How about that?
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, what size foot were you? Like, I got to remember. And he's like, I don't know, man, I've tickled too many feet. You know? But he like tied me up in a bed, like with those like, you know, those like kinky tie up things that have like quick release. It's like safe play or whatever.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Yeah. So like, it was like kind
Me
of
and my
like,
wife, no, there's no safe play. No.
But he was cool. He went to UC Berkeley. He was like a small Asian man.
Nice.
We talked UC, you know, I went to UC Santa Cruz, so we had our little rivalry. We talked school, and then he tickled me.
Was he? What was his deal? Was he kind of like
Just a sexual pervert?
he was just a sexual pervert? He was
Yeah.
kind of otherwise just chilling, normal job. He's like, I'm gonna tickle these guys.
Oh yeah. I think he had like a good job, but he was just like, I'm really into tickling. I'm really into tickling feet specifically, and I was like, well, I'm like a meth head, so my feet do not look good. You know, and I was like, can I keep socks on? And he was like, no, you got to take the socks off. So I took the socks off, and he was like, put the socks back on.
Your feet were thrashed.
And then he was like tickling my feet, and he was like, and I wasn't like, eventually you stop laughing. It stops becoming ticklish. And he was like, you have to, like, that's how you get paid. Like, you have to laugh. So that was
You
weird.
had to fake it?
I had to fake it.
Oh,
I faked it. Yeah. So that was really like and that was pretty innocent, honestly. So I crossed way worse lines in terms of like, you know, damage I did to other people and things like that I don't feel good about. But generally, I had a pretty good time. You know, I started out as a heroin addict, and that was pretty manageable and boring. You just kind of get sleepy. But then I moved to methamphetamine, and that's when things kind of
The way you did that was kind of cool. It wasn't a bad idea, but like how you're saying you were delivering heroin for a guy, and they basically forced you like, bro, I know you're gonna be nodding out and shit. Hit some meth, get out there.
Yeah. I kind of worked for this guy that was like working under the cartel, and he would pay me to deliver heroin. And heroin addicts, you know, as you see outside, they're sleepy. You know, they're pretty sleepy. So he was like, I can't trust that you drive and do heroin. You're going to crash. You're going to get arrested. So you actually, as a prerequisite for the job, you have to start doing meth. And that was a line, that was a line. And I was like, well, it's part of my job details. Like, obviously
True.
I'm going to do that.
Being responsible.
Yeah. And meth, I like fell
I'm
in
a
love with
company
meth.
man.
Yeah, I'm a company man. And I started doing meth, and that, like, I went from like a homeless student. I mean, no, sorry. A drug addict student, like pretty manageable, had a girlfriend, all that, like, to like within 3 weeks, like screaming at people, homeless, like lost my place to live,
Damn.
dropped out of school, crashed my car, lost the car. Yeah, meth like really quickly took me down, and
That kind of sent you into orbit, basically.
Yeah, and I like lost my mind, and there's a lot of fun to be had like in meth psychosis and all that, but it does become pretty unmanageable, and eventually I used crack cocaine to quit meth, so I kind of fell in love with crack.
Because that got you off the meth, yeah. And I've heard vice versa. I've heard of people using meth to get off the crack.
A lot of people actually do that. Yeah, so if you go to Skid Row, it's like full of like OG crackheads that switch to meth.
And they're kind of like, are they tame or are they kind of out of it?
Well, meth is cheaper, but I think meth is like, you can stay up for 6 days on meth and like really start doing some damage, like, really thinking that you're talking to demons and all that. And you get into this like really dark psychosis, whereas crack is very simple. It's just like you think it's like you're just paranoid about the police. So like it actually, and it's very like short. It's like short bursts of this paranoia that's actually pretty fun.
That's cool.
Yeah. So like you smoke crack and you think like the FBI is after you, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's better than demons. I'd rather keep it to this realm.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
open myself up to like, interdimensional fucking beings and shit.
And you like tell yourself you're like, I'm going to smoke this crack. Like, obviously the CIA is not after me. Obviously the FBI is not after me. Like, I'm just I'm a homeless crackhead. And then every single time then you smoke crack and you're like immediately hiding behind a dumpster and you're like, there's a helicopter. And they're like, I stole some makeup. They're fucking after. I'm on like America's Most Wanted.
I'm on the bulletin board. They got my picture.
Board, yeah.
The fucking yarn connected me to all the other dudes. Yeah, that is kind of terrifying. It was weird too when you said you were able to like eventually with meth realize like with like, when you're bugging out on weed, like none of this is real. But like, I guess obviously it's way deeper, but to realize like this is just a meth delusion. You were able to like kind of ride that out a little bit, which sounds fucking crazy.
Yeah. Well, when you first start doing it, you have a lot of auditory hallucinations. So you actually hear like your friends so you're like, holy shit, my friends are in the house. Like they're in the next room. Then you start texting your friend. I would text my friends and be like, yo, I hear you talking shit. And they're like, I'm 100 miles away right now.
And you're like, yeah, right. Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
And then but the auditory hallucinations are so, they're just so insane that eventually you are like, okay, like my friends are not in the next room. My family is not in the next room. And you sort of tame the beast at that point. And then it just turns into like mental hallucinations, which are more creative and more fun.
Okay. Once you get over the paranoia, you're like, actually, yeah, let's explore some of these other ideas.
Yeah. But it's a terrible drug. I don't recommend anyone. It's pretty hard to like functionally use meth.
Yeah, I can.
And like keep your job,
unless you're a Nazi soldier.
Yeah, or a gay guy. Gay guys seem to be able to do it pretty well. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. What the hell?
Yeah, I don't know. I used to like chill with these gay dudes in San Francisco, and they were like flight attendants and like had jobs. Yeah.
Do you think they were like microdosing, or they were blazing?
No, I think they were using meth pretty hard. Well, you use meth for like a long weekend. It works really well with jobs that are like 3 days on, 4 days off.
That makes sense. You just crash for like 3 days,
and then they'd use GHB to like come down. And I like GHB, but they were like, do not pass out around us. They were like, someone could come in, like
they let you know.
They were like, that's on you, buddy.
Yeah, true.
So I'd use GHB and be like, it's time for me to go,
I'm
guys.
out.
Yeah, like this is getting too wild in here. And
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not to sound like ridiculous. I could see that if you're like a gay guy and you're just kind of methed up, people are like, he's a little sassy today.
Yeah,
sassy. It might just take your sass to the next level.
Well, they were my friends, but they were like, we have other friends that like we can't. They might come in here, and who knows? You're passed out. Like who knows what happens? So.
Fair.
They're like looking out for me.
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like, partying on meth. That's like.
Yeah, if you're partying on meth with a bunch of gay guys in San Francisco, it's kind of on you.
Yeah.
If something like that happens.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree. Especially if it's like, if it's already like, were they like into like, obviously they're probably doing like the chemsex thing and all that.
Yeah, heavy into chemsex. That's basically,
Can't pass out at a chemsex orgy, dude.
No,
it's
you
like,
cannot pass out.
I would say that's on you. Traditionally, I'd be like, well, people should conduct themselves in a proper manner. But if you're just like, I'm going to go to bed right now, a little sleepy. GHB's kicking my ass. I'm about to pass out, guys. You do you. I'm gonna just sleep here on my belly. Don't bother me. I'm such a pussy with substances. I took melatonin for the first time recently because I'm trying to like get my sleep, which I've had some success getting my sleep schedule under like wraps with like traveling and all this stuff. So I've started taking melatonin. I'm such a pussy with substances. Like even that 3 milligrams of melatonin, I'm like, I take it. I'm just laying there reading a book. I'm like, it's not even working. So I'm just reading. All of a sudden I like put my book down. I'm like, oh fuck, my arms are so heavy. I was like, oh no. I was curled next to my wife, like, help me. I don't like, I was like the opposite. Like if anything goes into my body, I'm like, what's this? What's happening? What's it? But I do understand. You get to the point where you go, I don't give a fuck. You're just, I do get that too. If things are going wrong and things are, you're just like, I don't give a fuck.
Well,
I need to exit. The what?
You build a tolerance to like physically, but you also build a tolerance mentally. You're like, I want to check out. You know? So like, I was like, by the end, I was shooting heroin, cocaine, and Klonopin at the same time.
Damn.
Which is, I don't even know if shooting Klonopin works, but I was shooting Klonopin.
I'm sure it does. I'm sure it got into your bloodstream.
I think so. Yeah. It like, what do you call it? It like, it makes the heroin act heavier, because you get such a high tolerance to heroin. And like the problem with heroin is like, you get really addicted to heroin to the point where your life gets really shitty and then you want to kill yourself, but it's like a catch-22 because like now you've become too physically addicted that it's hard to overdose on heroin to kill yourself,
Oh, yeah.
So that change, obviously with fentanyl, that's different.
Yeah.
You can kill yourself pretty easily with fentanyl.
Yeah. So you got out of it before like the big shit with like the, what's that shit called? Trank with like the big wounds. Have you seen that?
Yeah. I mean, I last got high in 2018 and I was right when fentanyl really started hitting, but I was in Florida at one point and fentanyl sort of hit Florida first. So I have shot fentanyl. I don't like it. I died, I overdosed in some guy's car and he like took me to the hospital and like took everything out of my pockets and like dragged me out of his car and left me.
Jerk.
But they they Narcan me and they were like, yeah, man, you were doing fentanyl. And I was like, I didn't even know what fentanyl was.
Eesh.
And they told me. So then obviously I was like, I'm never doing that again. And then like 2 days later, I was like, I'm going to do that again.
I'm gonna try that.
And fentanyl is.
So you died. You clinically.
I died. I died for like 4 minutes.
Dude,
yeah.
I have a friend who did that. He died like 3 times.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy because you're like dead and then they Narcan you and you feel like you're underwater and someone's like pulling you up from the ocean. You're like at the bottom of the ocean. You can't breathe. You're like trying to breathe. And then they like pull you out. Then you just pop out of the ocean and then you're just in a hospital and people are like looking at you.
And I heard you're pretty agitated too, because like all
pissed.
wears off.
It
right
all
away.
wears off. You're fucking pissed, and they like don't want to help you because I'm like, can I use a phone? The guy took my phone. They're like, can you use a phone? Like, get the fuck
you're
out
right
of
on the beat. You're like, bro, I need to talk to my boy. He owes me $40. You're like, lay down, dude. You're dead.
Yes, and they cut my shirt open, so I had like they like let me go with a gown in Miami, and I was just like walking around Miami with a gown and like no phone. And I called my dad. I finally called my dad, and he was just like, man, you got to go to jail. Like jail would help you right now.
Yeah.
That's
what you do.
I think I just called some other people and eventually, I got picked up, but I just kept using fentanyl, but fentanyl is like very debilitating. Like, I would do fentanyl and like, I had like a 2-week run on fentanyl and I'd like, you do fentanyl and you just wake up 12 hours later in like a different neighborhood and, it's really fucked up. Whereas heroin, you can like I used to do construction on heroin. Like you can maintain it. I used like operating heavy machinery and shit.
Yeah.
Whereas with fentanyl, I couldn't even make it back to my halfway house. So like the one rule at my halfway house was like, you just have to show up before midnight and you don't get kicked out. And I got kicked out. Like I couldn't even drive a car. Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. I've worked with guys on heroin before. It's not like ideal, obviously, but
it's not ideal.
They can get the job done.
Yeah. My dad did it for like 30 years.
Yeah.
And he did fine until he started smoking crack, and then crack is a different beast.
Yeah, that's what this guy, I would ride around with him all the time in his truck, and he would try to literally like get me to do heroin. He'd be like, "Bro, you gotta." And my other friend explained it to me that it's really one of those things where when you start doing heroin, you start to evangelize it because you want people underneath you, so then you can start selling to them.
Yeah,
but we worked together all the time. He'd be like, "Bro, man, you'd be having such a fun time." And I'm like, "It's like noon." He's just sweating profusely driving around. I'm like, "Man, I think I'm right." He's like, dude, you can eat. Like, you're not going to lose your appetite. You'll just party. You'll have it. It'll be awesome. I'm like, and meanwhile, I like literally picked him up from his house or like met him at his house. He was actually the one driving, which is funny enough. But it was just like him, his babes just on a mattress on the ground. He was just like, she was active in the family business, obviously. He was just like selling herself.
Yeah.
So all this stuff's being proposed to me. He's like, bro, I'm telling you, it's a good time. I was like, I'm good, man.
I mean, it is a good time when you're on heroin.
Yeah.
And then you wake, and then the heroin wears off, and it's like the worst time.
Yeah,
you
true.
know? And then your life becomes this every day. It's like you do heroin, and you're like, I have 12 hours until I'm having diarrhea and like really sick from heroin.
Not
So
far,
like,
that's not far off.
no,
Yeah.
exactly. But it's like this. It's
Must be putting
fucking-
heroin on the food in the airports. Yeah. I think I have the same thing. I think I might be dosing me.
But it's like a full-time job, and it's just
Keeping
it's
it
actually
up.
kind of cool because you like have this one singular goal.
Yeah.
And it's like I just have to like steal shit and get heroin, and then it's like I have to steal shit and get heroin again, and then the next thing you know, like 6 months have passed, and
Whoa.
you know, the second something doesn't link up, and you like, you know, you show up at the CVS and someone already stole all the shit, and you're getting dope sick and everything.
Spaz.
Because once you get too far into dope sickness, you're too dope sick to hustle up money, and it's like this. It's a crazy like treadmill that you have to just run every day.
Yeah. That's why they say a lot of people who get clean do like very, very well in sales and all. Like
Yeah.
they get clean and they hit sales jobs and they just crush it.
Yeah, that's a big thing in Florida. Like, get off heroin, start selling like scam vacations to Canadians or something.
Yeah, that was my someone I know was down there getting clean in Florida, and he was like, if you ever get a bill collector or anything, just be like, how's it going, man? You clean?
Yeah,
He
how
said
many
a lot
days
of
you got?
Yeah, how many days you got? He said a lot of people that call you up on like telemarketing or just down in
Yeah.
Florida, like outside of rehab.
I did it. Yeah, my dad got sober in Florida, so I went out to Florida and lived in a halfway house with him, and I tried doing the sales job. I left both times at like noon.
Yeah.
I like labor. I like doing labor.
Telemarketing is crazy. I've tried my hand at it as well, and it's I can't explain. It's just the weirdest fucking job. You're just this
Yeah.
little thing, and like, dude, managers are listening in on your call.
They're
I would be
listening.
intensely nervous,
Yeah.
like, oh, hey, oh. Just like, dude, I know there's a guy listening. I'm like, fuck.
And they give you a script, and it's like, I know how to talk. Like, let me
Oh,
just talk to
dude.
this guy. And they're like, no, you got to read. And they're like listening on your headset, and they're like, read the fucking script.
Yeah.
Like, I wrote the script. Just read the script.
Scripts are so bad,
Yeah,
dude.
it's so
How do they not know that it's like the worst possible thing?
Yeah, but there's guys that are just making like $5,000 a week doing it.
I know.
You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, that is. There were the office big dogs when I did like tech cyber. I don't know what it was. It was like selling like servers and shit.
Yeah.
And there were guys that were absolutely coining it in there.
Yeah.
They could sit there and like hold it like out of a movie. They'd like hold a ball and be like, let me tell you about the new Pentium 4. And I was like, fuck, dude.
Yeah. I prefer getting paid like $9 an hour and just like doing demo.
Yeah.
With like no one
When
that.
you're doing that, when you're just
It's
knocking
super
down
freeing.
walls, carrying heavy stuff, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
you're tired, you lay down.
Yeah. That's what I did in Florida. Like, I just did like grunt manual labor with like Cubans and Nicaraguans. And yeah, this one guy had a tool chest that said work will set you free, which is what Auschwitz said on Auschwitz. I don't think he was aware of that. But I was like, damn, work does set you free.
True.
You know? And I don't know. It sets you. I recommend if you're trying to get off opiates or drugs, like just go do manual labor. I mean,
Yeah.
it really helped me.
Yeah, I could see
You
that.
know, I don't do it anymore, but fuck. I mean, it just makes the clock spin. You're just trying to make the clock spin at first, you know.
Yeah, to get time,
Get through
yeah.
the time, yeah.
Yeah, that was another thing too. I found kind of striking when you were like, you would get clean, you'd be like, all right, everything's going well. Then there'd be a part of your brain where like, I'm doing heroin.
Yeah.
I'm definitely doing it again. It's just a matter of time. And be like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna make it to this city. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna stop over here.
Yeah,
that's the
crazy,
weirdest
man.
part of the whole thing when it's like, it's like a hard thing for people to wrap their head around because it's like you can have the experience of things going like as south as possible, you know, and like your immediate relationships get thrown off, all this stuff. You get clean, and the thing that sucks about addiction is that thing where you're like, I don't want to do this, but there's genuinely a part of you that's just like, you're like, oh, fuck, whatever.
Yeah,
That's-
you can't
It's
control
hard
it,
to
man.
explain to anybody else, and it's such a weird part of ourselves that people don't really know what to do with. Like even like experts are like, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you're following your own will and you're a drug addict, you are going to do heroin, whether it takes you 2 days or a week or 30 days, 5 years, like you're just going to do heroin. And you know, your life, you know, my life would get pretty good. I'd like buy like a $1,200 car and like get a little job and then be like, okay, I'm moving. You know, I drove from Florida to Oakland one time and like got my apartment set up and everything. And then I was like, I'm going to fucking stay clean. And then I hit like New Orleans and I was like, I'm going to go check out, you know, what's going on. And you're like, I wonder if like you like talk to a kid at a gas station. You're like, is there heroin here? Like just out of curiosity, you know? And then,
There better not be any heroin here, is there?
but I mean, obviously this, you know, I know this is a Catholic podcast, you know, I got spiritual, you know, so
That's good.
yeah.
I've heard that is for real. The thing that really helps, man.
Yeah. And people don't want to hear that shit, but sorry, like that's what, You know, that's
Yeah.
what helped me. And it's not like it's a non-denominational thing, but like I just like had to give it up, you know, and yeah, man, I believe in God and don't want to get weird or anything about God or anything. But like, you know, I believe in something. You have to believe in something bigger than yourself is like watching over you. And you have to kind of accept, it's actually like a humility thing. It's like when I'm in charge and I make decisions, like I end up in a bathtub in Chinatown, like missing my toe or some shit and like a needle in my arm. And
Literally.
like that is where I literally end up.
Yeah.
And so I can't make decisions. Like so you just kind of like try to align your will with God's will. And, listen, man, I'm sitting across the table from Matt McCusker right now. And like, I was literally a homeless guy on Skid Row, you know? So like, you know, obviously,
sick, actually.
yeah, it's
I'm equally as pumped. Like, dude, it's so fucking cool. I've never got one of these guys.
No, I figure like a lot of people, you know, we see these guys, like people want to hear these guys. You know, I'm a heroin guy. Like I'm a guy, like, you know, so
That
it's
is
a crazy
crazy if you think
opportunity to
about
talk
it,
to
though.
one of these
No,
people.
dude, if you were to sit there, you drive past Skid Row and you're like, oh, there's a fucking published author, right? You know, it's
Yeah.
like you don't think of it at all.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it is crazy. And I do think it is regrettable that's just the taboo of our time. Religion, taboo of our time.
Yeah.
Like back in the Victorian times, you couldn't talk about sex. You could
Yeah.
talk about religion. Now you can be like, you know, whatever.
You can be like, my daughter does OnlyFans. I'm very proud of her. You know,
Or
but you can't talk about
I think their
God.
health teacher now in school actually shows their dick to the
Yeah.
class. I don't know how they do. But it's like, it's so weird. And if you bring up religion, it's like,
Yeah, you can't do it.
I do think that's how AA was founded. It was, I think the guy, Bill was the dude's
Bill,
name.
yeah, Bill.
He actually met with Carl Jung back when,
Yes.
you know, whatever. And Carl Jung was the guy who was like, bro, if you don't come up with some sort of spiritual connection or come up with some sort of a connection to, you know, a reality beyond yourself or whatever, transpersonal reality, you're doomed. It's
Yeah.
like if you hit, you know, if you're over 40, that was Carl Jung's big thing. It's like if you hit 40 and you don't come up with some worldview that doesn't have you at the absolute center of the universe, if you can somehow like shift it up to where there's actually something way beyond yourself and kind of humble yourself,
Yeah.
he's like the rest of your life will be way easier. If you don't, it's just all going to fall apart and you're going to go, oh shit.
Yeah, that's like the key for everybody. I mean, especially in the, you know, it works for drug addicts. I think it would work for everybody.
It
or
does. I
alcoholics,
genuinely
you know?
think it does.
Yeah,
I had a
yeah.
similar thing because I grew up Catholic, and you know it was like you get out and you're like, church is bullshit.
Yeah.
It's not the real body of Christ. They figured it out, and, you know, and all of a sudden your life starts to fall apart, and like, you know, it can be bigger or lesser ways, and you're like, same thing. You're like, I've been in charge of the program here. Results are less than spectacular.
Yeah.
Let me try to reorient myself, as you know, because it reorients you more towards like service rather than like trying to self-aggrandize and blah blah blah. And right now I'm doing a project where I'm just studying a bunch of autobiographies, and I'm trying to figure out like if there is, I guess I don't know what to call it. I guess it would be like circumstantial proof or whatever, just like anecdotal of like worldviews where it's like, you know, me at the center of the world. They call it, it's like express self is like a type of value system where it's like, I get what I want at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you know, I'm the boss. And there's a lot of people, that's the value system. Then there's the sacrifice self value system, which is like, there's something greater than me. I have to live by, you know, some sort of rules that I don't necessarily set. And I'm trying to like look at all these autobiographies and try to see like, all right, who lives as like more of an express self type, who lives as a sacrifice self. And then after reading hopefully like 50 or 100 autobiographies, being like, all right, here's how these ended up basically. And everyone probably has like a bit of a mix.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's kind of crazy how that is be a thing where it's like, I don't want to get weird, but I believe in God. And it's like, it's not that weird. People have
Yeah.
been doing it since the beginning of like human consciousness.
Yeah.
So, and what you're saying, people get worried too. It's like, oh man, like, you know, I don't want to come off as like a religious nut. Cause it is, I get it. People can really hammer that home to the point where it's like, all right, but yeah, I'm glad for you. I think that's a good thing. And it's, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, it's hard to monetize, where it's like, well, you know, it's easier to set up like, well, we got to figure out with like pills, this, that, and this. It's like, well, you can also have a spiritual experience. And they're like, all right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not saying it's like a big conspiracy, but like,
Well,
it's just an
it's,
unfortunate thing of our time when it's such a simple. So I mean, it's not a simple solution, obviously, but it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. I think it's regrettable that people are so like, oh, when you're, you know, I can say it's like one of those things that can help your life so tremendously if you find something, you know, tailored for yourself. You don't have to like sever off your rational mind. You just have to like, you know, maybe pluck a little chunk out of it.
Yeah.
And just kind of keep the rest.
And it like, you know, it gives you community. It gives you a sense of like, there's a bigger thing going on than just what's in my head and like what I think this person thinks about me at the office. And like, you know, drug addicts are the most like self-obsessive, selfish people really. I mean, I know that sound, that's not like a kind thing to say about these people that are out on the streets, but like I was out on the streets and like all you give a fuck about is yourself. And whenever I only give a fuck about myself, I end up laying in the gutter. I mean, that's just what happens. So like, and I know that's really hard to say as a guy that like, I literally wrote a book about my life, like how self-obsessive could you get? I mean, that's as self-obsessive as you can get, really. But
Only great men write autobiographies, dude. Don't.
yeah, but if you read the book, it's basically me writing about how retarded I am. Yeah, so it's like, sure, it's about me, but it's about how much of a piece of shit I am, really. So hopefully that there's a sense of humility around it,
No, I think you did a great job, and it really is. It's one of those things where it's like, whether it's drug addiction or just like, say you're not addicted to drugs, that same line of thought is just not as pronounced, because it's like if you're addicted to heroin and meth, it's like, yeah, you're crashing your car, you're going to jail. So like everyone's easily like, yep, you're fucking up. But if you're running like a similar, I think most people are very, very it's just the way we're designed. It's not like a value or like a character flaw. It's just the way we're kind of designed that I think kind of slowly erodes through a series of repeated and larger failures in life, where it's like, say you're like, I didn't do like heroin or meth or anything, but I've had definitely decisions blow up in my face that weren't like my whole family, like, God damn, that guy needs to go away for a while. But it was enough to be like, for me to be like, well, that fucking all went up in smoke. And you're like, God damn it. And you're like, because there's that big master of the universe syndrome where you're like, I got to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like when I would like sell weed and all this stuff, I would be like smoking weed all day, driving around with like 30 pounds of weed in my trunk. Like, dude, I'm the master of the fucking, and just like a bunch of my relationships fell apart. And I was like, yeah, I'm kind of a fucking loser. I thought I was a man.
Yeah.
So that can happen, man, when you're just kind of like, dude, I don't have to listen to anybody. I don't have to do anything anyone says. And it's like, when you're young, it's very intoxicating to be in that. And then you're like, oh, there's this whole other part of life that has to go. And like, even if you don't want a family, it's like being involved in your community, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
If you get kind of like self-insulated, it's easy to have like the wheels come off. And it is a funny thing when you're like, I'm the boss here. And it's just like your life just dilapidates and you're like, fuck.
Yeah. And every problem this is a big thing. Like, the guy that's like 45 that just like fucks his life up every year and it's always like someone else's fault.
Yeah.
So like, that's a big thing about addiction and, where it's like you're just constantly blaming everyone. You're at the center of the universe and you're just blaming everyone around you for like all your problems. So like, that's another thing with spirituality is like, I don't know, it just helped me like take like almost like an overhead view of my life and just be like, hold on, you're like the common denominator of all this shit. Like potentially you are the cause of these problems. Like you are responsible for these problems. And when you kind of like are like, okay, well, it just goes back to like, okay, well then I'm not running the show. I'm going to let someone else run the show. And like, since I was like a laborer on and off, either I was homeless or I was like in a halfway house doing like construction for $9 an hour. And, the second I kind of like started changing my life and living this way and having some faith, like I have a career, I have my family back, I'm fucking doing a podcast. Like, I mean, it just, life really just starts to take off. And right when I finally admitted, like, you are the piece of shit that is causing all these problems, and like you have to have like a complete psychic change. And I don't think a lot of people that are hardcore drug addicts, like, if they don't have that psychic change, like it's not really if, it's like when are you going to go back to that life?
Yeah,
you got to change.
The blame's a big one. I've noticed that with people where they're like, dude, he's a fucking, and you're like, that's your problem right now? This dude's being a dickhead to you? Like, I could name 25 other things, dude. Yeah.
Or like blaming the police. Like I was so pissed at the police set me up. I sold drugs to an undercover cop and like I got a felony and like I had to go to jail, and it like kind of fucked like the next couple of years of my life up. And I was so fucking pissed at the police. And then I got sober and I like kind of changed everything. And I was like, you sold drugs to you stole Tylenol from a CVS, said they were Norcos, sold them to a cop. Yeah. Like, you're retarded. You shouldn't have done that.
Kind of bunky. I always thought if you sell fake drugs, you don't get in as much trouble though.
I think probably, but I was like, I was like, get me out of here. Like, I'll plead anything. Like, just get me out of here. And like, I had a public defender that was probably on methadone, and he was like, yo, you're fucked, man. Like, because like a lot of people, like drug addicts that have like rich family or like family that will support them, like, we'll get them that lawyer, and which almost just kicks the can down the road. You know? So like, I called my dad, and he was like, yo, stay in jail. Like, do whatever. I was like, can you get me a lawyer? And he was like, fuck no, I'm not getting a lawyer. And
it'll be good for you to just get like, you need to be contained.
Yeah. And then actually, like, when I became homeless, like I was homeless, I did like a year run on Skid Row, and I would like call my dad, and he was like, go to fucking jail. Like, do whatever you can to go to jail. Like, you need to go to, like, my dad went to jail. That's how he like finally got sober. So I got so blessed. and got to fucking go to jail. But jail did not like get me sober. Jail like physically removed me from heroin. I never got physically addicted to heroin ever again. But I still like would relapse for like a few days here and there. And so like jail is not the ultimate solution, but it was like a kick in the ass and sort of like scared the fuck out of me. Like, I was around a lot of people where I was like, damn, you're going to be like a jail guy. Yeah. You're going to be like a prison guy. And like, can you be a prison guy? Like, you're not that big. You're not that tough. Like, can you do it?
How bad does it hurt in prison of just like no babes at all? That's the thing that would really fuck me up, dude. Just
I was on heroin.
Sorry, it's a fair question.
Well,
you weren't really thinking about the babes.
Well, I was on heroin for so long. So when you're on heroin, you have like you're like asexual, like completely. And then when you come off heroin, you're like, you like come in your pants like immediately.
Really?
Like if someone like blows in your direction, like so like you get like ultra horny.
Oh no.
Which is like jail's like the worst place to be ultra horny. So I mean it's fucking weird, man. It's like there's like a female guard once in a while that comes in, you can smell her, and everyone's like smelling, everyone's like puts their nose up and like and then people get weird. People start to get like really weird where they're like, it's like you're not allowed to horseplay in there. You're not allowed to do like any gay shit or like do any gay voices or anything like that or like fuck around. But there's guys that have that like twinkle in their eye.
That would kill me, bro. I can't be like, so fucking gay for you, bro.
Well, that's like the obviously white guy humor is like, let's pretend we're gay.
Yeah.
And like Mexicans run the jail. So they're just like, no gay shit. Like you have to be like, the white guys are like, none of that gay shit. Like in front of, like, we got to impress the Mexicans, obviously. Like, like obviously we all want to like do the gay voice. Like we're in fucking jail with a bunch of guys. Like, but like the Mexicans will call us gay. Like we can't do that.
Yeah, it's trouble. Yeah.
And like obviously the black guys are like, no gay. Like they're like number one, like, no gay shit.
For sure.
And so it's really sucks for white guys in there.
You can't fuck around and pretend to be gay at all.
You can't fuck around and you can't, you can't take the towel and like
never speak ever again. I never thought about that.
It's really hard on white guys in there, man.
It's so funny to have like some dude just covered in swastikas like, and lastly, we can't fuck around about gay stuff.
And it's like clearly, and then occasionally you do have like your all white meeting in the shower area where it's like all white guys and it's like you can let off some steam and like pretend you're gay for like 10 seconds. But it is funny because like the Mexicans just run everything and the white guys are allied with the Mexicans. So it's like we cannot if we lose this allyship, like we are fucked. So like we have to. So the Mexicans like, you guys got to work out every day for an hour. So it's every day. There's like white guys like half-assedly like doing jumping jacks and shit, and like making sure the Mexicans are like watching. You're like, I'm doing them.
Are they pumping iron pretty hard there in the jail?
No, but they're like lifting each other, which is kind of gay. They're like.
For real? They lift each other?
You have to, if there's like a tiny Mexican guy, it's like, okay, obviously he's like for biceps, and like you have to like use weird shit. You like get under the bunk bed and you're like, you can do like bench with like they'll get like two Mexican guys on the bunk bed and then you're like doing like, okay, throw another Mexican guy on there and you're like doing bench. Yeah.
You gotta squat Danny Trejo.
Exactly. Yeah. So you get really creative. You get like sometimes you get a trash bag, you fill it up with water. You can do like curls with them.
Yeah, I heard. So what are like when the Mexican guy's being bicep curled? Does he have like a straight face? Like
because you can't be
like
gay.
Hard as fuck.
Yeah, you have to look super hard.
Being curled.
Yeah.
You got a fucking problem with me?
Yeah. No, there's a lot of like get on my back and like I'm gonna do squats.
Yeah.
And like there's a lot for a place where you're not allowed to pretend to be gay. There's like a lot of gay shit going on, and obviously like you're jerking off in a room with like 100 guys at some point, and you're not allowed to jerk off. But it's kind of a don't ask, don't tell situation. So
like
you
gotta be a gentleman about it. Don't be like
fuck. Like a guy used to buy heroin from who I actually was in. He came into the jail and I was like, "What's up, man?" And I was like, "Do you have any heroin?" And he was like, "No, I'm I'm in jail." But he got caught jerking off. He was like a 7-year-old black dude, super cool guy. But they rolled him up. They were like, "No jerking off."
Damn.
He did it. He tried to be polite. He did it at like 5 a.m. But like the early birds woke up and they caught him jerking off. So
fuck, that sucks. I'd rather be caught by my parents 100 times than be in jail and have dudes like, "You jerking off, motherfucker."
No, I did it. It's like the scariest. And obviously, you've jerked off before. You realize like you know, when you're a kid and like you're listening for your brothers and sisters and shit, and you're like, so this is like scarier because if someone hears you, like they could stab you, you know.
Oh my God.
Not really. I mean, everyone knows like you got to do it, so you just do it in the middle of the night when you wake up, and like no one really, you know. But every night, if you ever wake up, you hear like the jingle of like many men quietly masturbating.
It's like the roar of the ocean.
Yeah,
or something.
exactly. And it kind of like it helps you sleep and
That's
everything.
crazy, dude. I never thought about that aspect of it.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
obviously, I figured, I thought you could just like hang your sheets over your bed and be like, I'm about to jerk off, bro.
No, because there's like a man on your bunk, you know. So unless
yeah.
you have like an arrangement with him or something, you know, I don't listen. I'm not Mr. Prison. I'm not Mr. Jail. Like I've been to jail. Like it could be different in other dorms, but like.
No, it makes
like
sense.
my dorm, like it was kind of like you can't even show your dick unless you're in the shower. Like if you got that was like an instant boob op. Like if your dick popped out, like in the dorm.
yeah, that makes sense.
Or if you like talked about dicks or just like, you know, but in the shower, obviously you're all naked. You're showering together, looking at everyone's dick. So
Yeah, you can do whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
No talking dicks, bro.
No, you can't talk about dicks because.
What do you do with morning wood in jail?
Oh my God, it's just like. Yeah, man, it's tough.
You gotta lay there and
You gotta
chill.
just lay there, you know. And
Wait.
sometimes you gotta. It's like because I was in the school dorm where I got to go to school, so like I guess I'm gonna be late to school, you know, because I can't have someone see my dick.
Yeah, if you had
know,
a
my hard
boner.
dick. Yeah, so
Bro, the fuck, bro.
yeah, and
Fucking boner away.
and then like meth will come in sometimes, which like makes everyone horny and gay, to be honest.
Yeah.
So like that becomes pretty tough because like people are tweaked out and you know,
Damn.
yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's that is tough. I do understand going there and getting clean, but yeah, I think you're right. There is an extra layer, and I feel like there could be. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like there could be a more nuanced approach in jail once you have those guys as a captive audience. Like, how's the programming? Because I know there's like TC, like therapeutic community and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Did you have that when you were in there?
Well, there's like AA meetings that come in, and
Okay.
we had actually had like meditation classes. But you go there
cool.
and like half the guys like think it's like gay. They're like, this is gay, and then they like make noises and shit while you're trying to meditate. And there's like I was like trying
What
to
kind
do
of
it.
noises do they make?
You know, like kumbaya and like
Oh, yeah.
mocking the
Yeah.
a lady came into jail to teach a bunch of guys that like might murder her yoga and like
Yeah.
meditation, and like you're fucking being an asshole.
They're
right
in there
now.
like, "Gay."
Yeah. So like, I mean,
That
listen, there's a lot of low IQ people in jail.
True,
you know,
yeah.
But yeah, like obviously there could be a better approach. I was in there, probably 99% of the people I interacted with were either drug addicts or alcoholics. This is not a good system. This is not working. Like clearly this is a drug problem. Even like the
Yeah.
violent criminals, it's like a lot of them were just on meth or like drunk and like beat the shit out of their wife or something. So, you know, there's like foundational issues of mostly like addiction and alcoholism. So like, yeah, we should address, and that doesn't mean like, hey, you shot a guy in the head and you were on meth. Like,
For sure, yeah.
we're going to put you into a therapeutic program. Like,
Yeah.
you know, if you're violent, you got to probably do some time, but like, you know, there should be, I was really surprised because like one day they just let you out and it's like, what the fuck do you think I'm going to do?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just out now. Like, and it's like right by Skid Row and they let you out at like 2 a.m. And, you know, of course I'm going to go do heroin and smoke crack, you know? So
Yeah.
like of course there's like, there has to be a better approach, but like, you know, there was like the 2020 stuff where like the decriminalization of crime basically. And like, that's not working, you know, just
Yeah.
being like, we're just not going to send people to jail for like doing violent crime. Like that's not really a good approach. So
They're walking that back pretty hard right now. That's just we're hitting
yeah,
like Bill
fucking
Clinton
weird,
era,
man.
like tough on crime Democrats are in our near future of being
yeah,
like, we're
Kamala
gonna
at the DNC, they were like, Kamala was a tough prosecutor. And Kamala was a tough prosecutor.
Yeah.
Like I'm from Oakland, California, like where she was, you know, she was the DA of San Francisco and she was fucking too hard. I mean, she was like sending parents to jail for like, if their kids missed school and shit.
damn.
Yeah, she was hard, man. But clearly, like they're doing this like really quick 180. Like this bitch will put you in jail. Like vote for her, and like I don't think it's gonna work. I mean, we see what's going on. Like you can't do that quick of a 180 on that shit. But
Yeah. Well, no, she was
yeah.
chill. She was hard. I think then she was like, I'm gonna
and then
chill
she,
as hell.
yeah, then she got really chill, I guess. But
And now she might flip back and be like, look,
well,
I can
don't
slam
think
the
she
gavel.
has like I don't think she has like a creed or like a she just.
Yeah.
It was really hot at the time to like be super hard ass, tough
Yeah.
on crime, like, the 90s, the Clinton, the Clinton
Exactly,
crime bill
yeah.
and all that. So she just was kind of going with the times and then the times changed, and then it goes to like, okay, I'm going to bail people out for like burning down Minneapolis. And shit, So I know you were in Portland. I actually moved to Portland in June 2020.
Oh,
Not a
God.
great month to move to Portland.
Yeah, what happened? Because I kept thinking the Chaz was in Portland. That's Seattle.
No, that was Seattle.
Kind of
yeah.
fucked me up. That was my whole 5 minutes opening and coming out. I was like, I'm gonna make fun of these. I'm gonna make fun of these guys for having like lesbians take control of their city for 6 months.
Well, no, Chaz was like all of downtown Portland, and I had a black girlfriend.
Oh, so they set it up like that.
Yeah, and I went there with a black girlfriend. Not a weird month to move there with a black girlfriend to Portland, and her dad was like, you can't take my daughter to Port. Like, I don't want her around all those crazy white people burning down the city. It was a crazy time, but Portland's cool, man. Portland's cool.
I liked it. So you went there though, and it was like, because people now are like, "Damn, is it like still fucked up?" And I was like, "No,
it's
it was
fine.
fine.
Yeah,
it was
it
fine."
got
But it was
better.
like it was as intense as the Chaz there in 2020.
It was fucking intense. It was intense, like spiritually. Like everyone was just like, I was running into people. I like left because there was too many like guys that like dressed like security guards that were like, I'm they, them. Like, you got to call me they. And I was like, you look like a dude, you know, like it's really hard for me to do that. There was just a lot of like, it was just really hard like that. And like, you know, I people were just not chill at all. And it went super far. And then now there's kind of like an overcorrection. And it's kind of chill now, I think people, and honestly, like you guys play a big role, and I'm not, you know, I
appreciate it.
I mean, like, I don't want to sound insane right now, but like, you know, podcasts like yours, like you guys kind of like brought about this like spiritual awakening of like, hey, we just have to like, we can say retarded, like we can, you know, we can be cool, you know, and I think comedy really is like saving America. Hey, this is going to sound stupid, but like,
No, I appreciate that, man. Well, the problem I saw with a lot of the stuff was like, you're at college, you're trying to get pussy.
exactly.
You see,
Like, that's
girls
all
are
it
like
is.
on this wild shit of like, you know, pretty much they're doing it for Instagram. And then it's like, you know, maybe they genuinely believe it. I shouldn't say like it's all fake, but it's like they're doing a thing to appease some other force. This is a giant force in your life. And you're like, yeah, I'm a fucking they, them. And it's like, I'm trying to get some fucking pussy. I'm not trying to get frozen out or labeled as like, you're like a boomer or whatever the fuck people say.
No, everything comes down to I'm trying to get pussy. Like, because I've realized that in my head, like every decision I've ever, like if there was no pussy, like I wouldn't shower. Like I would shower once a week or something.
yeah.
You know, like there's just every decision that a man makes really comes down to that. So like, yeah, there was just a lot of that. And there was a lot of like, even when like, you know, like when your guys, I was listening to your podcast and I was like, can I even tell people that I'm listening to this shit? Like after the Shane shit. And then now it's like to get pussy, you're like, I listen to the Matt and Shane podcast.
It's flipped. Girls are there's girls. The girlfriends have
flipped.
come and wives are coming to our
Girlfriends
shows.
have come. Yeah.
They've
So,
opened their eyes. Yeah, there was a weird that was a weird thing, I think. I don't know what it was, man. Because everyone thought they were doing like the right thing. They're like, yeah, I'm on the right side of history now. And it's like the one thing I will give the like wild ass SJWs from, you know, they did all that stuff for a long time. They did, you know, and you can hate this, but they did raise a lot of issues into the public consciousness.
Yeah.
They kind of really like cracked everyone's head open with a hammer and they're like, think about this. And everyone's like, fuck you guys. I'm not thinking about this. So they did do, you know, if you look back at like the last few years, it's like people are a lot more kind of like the average person is way more forward thinking than they were, you know, in like the 90s and, you know, early 2000s. So they did put a lot of like, you know, things into people's heads. Like, you know, like if you're black, it's like kind of weird and way different than being white and be like, shut up and get a job, you bum. Like, it's like that now people have, I think from all that stuff, have a more kind of nuanced approach to reality with like social issues.
yeah.
But they're like, what they say to do about it, their solutions are so bad. They're
The
so
solutions are really bad and really hurting the people they're trying to help. But like,
Exactly.
certainly, like, listen, it's really good that we're thinking about these things. And you know, I kind of already did because I'd been to jail and I was noticing patterns. I was like, damn, like, you know, I went to jail for like 5 days when I sold that Percocet to the cop or whatever. And my friend Toning Taylor, named Toning, very odd name, but I was in a midnight mission with him. He did like 5 years for like the same shit. And he was a black guy. And I was like, God damn. Like, and he was like, what? And he was a black Israelite dude.
Nice.
So he liked me because I'm half Jewish, and you know, we had Jew talk, you know.
Yeah. So,
And I was like, damn, he really opened my eyes to some shit. I was like, God damn, man. So
yeah, they get crushed. Black
Yeah.
dudes get crushed in jail pretty hard.
yeah. So I was so it was.
But it's harder for us once we get there because we can't do gay stuff.
It's
so
kind of the inverse of inverse of real life.
yeah. No, dude, my friend was in a one of those like kind of, I don't know, I've never seen anything like this, but it wasn't. So it was technically that part of it was a halfway house. The other part were for like repeat offend people who violated parole. There's just this giant warehouse in Philly, and you would just go to this warehouse and just live in these rooms of like 40 dudes. And it was technically a jail, but it wasn't any like you didn't go to like the penitentiary. It was just like this holding thing specifically for parole violators if they ever had to do like 6 months or something.
Yeah.
And he said it was run. The whole place was just run by like there's like these black Muslim ladies in charge of it. And he was like, dude, for real, I don't want to cry racism, but he's like, this is so hard to be white in this place. He's like, you could just like, I could bring him in clothes and stuff. I could bring him in anything really, cigarettes, all this stuff. I had to give it to like in a trash bag to this black Muslim lady. She would go through it, and he was like, dude, the drugs here are rampant because you can just stitch heroin into like the waistband of sweatpants. And they're just running amok in here where it's like the drugs are being fueled. Everyone's just making money off this place.
Yeah.
But he was like, and then you just get sent here against your will. He's like, you're trying to get clean. He's like, it's just party time.
Yeah.
So
Black
yeah.
Muslim ladies seem to run the Philly airport.
Yeah.
I was at the Philly airport like a week ago.
Yeah, they got a nice stronghold.
No, but they were killing it. They like got me a refund on my flight and shit. So
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
fucking sweet. It's
They
funny,
are, yeah.
Because if you're like a white dude just kicking around, I always assume like black Muslim ladies don't like white people. You see the
You
gear
assume,
and
yeah.
you're like, I could see them not being a huge fan of me.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you get to know them, they're very sweet.
Yeah, they were chill.
They're
Yeah,
very
they were
cool.
Yeah. Yeah. and Another thing about the whole like awakening thing was like my felony. There was some real criminal justice reform where like I actually am not a felon anymore.
Oh, that's cool.
So like they kind of did, and that makes sense. Like that's good. Like, hey, I've behaved for 7 years. Like, can we get rid of the felony?
7 years is a good number too.
Yeah. Like, it's a jubilee.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
so-
It's Jewish Jubilee.
Yeah. So I was like, can I get a job at Walmart finally? Like, can I not be a felon? And so good shit like that happened. But then there was like criminal justice reform went like a little too far where it was like you can just like bonk ladies on the head with like a bat and not go to jail. Like that's not good, But
Well, no one wanted to be the guy locking people up. It wasn't
Yeah.
like politically good.
not politically good. But I guess now it is.
it's because now you can become the big like hero. Because before we had the guy, who the fuck was he? Larry Krasner, the DA in
Krasner,
Philly,
yeah,
and he
Krasner.
was like,
Bad.
yeah, they were calling him "Let Him Go, Larry." That was, and I knew like back
Yeah.
then, like I was like, I knew dudes were like selling weed and stuff. He's like, "Oh, let him go, Larry." That's the dude. We love Larry Krasner.
Yeah.
And like it's the wrong guys being like, this guy rules.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like it becomes like if you're a DA and you have political aspirations, and it becomes like not politically cool to lock people up. You're like, let's just not lock people up for now. And the city completely goes into disarray because you kind of maybe want to become like a congressperson.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you can't really, people are out here doing. That's the thing, isn't it? Like in jail, it's like 90% of the crimes are committed by like literally like 5% of the population across like race and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, they say that, yeah. And shoplifting especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like, yeah, snatch these people up. And if they're on drugs, it's like, okay, let's figure out a situation where we maybe mandate them to a long-term treatment center. But we have to like really like look at this like, hey, we're not just like trying to like check boxes here. Like we're really trying to like change this person's life and like give them a life worth living. And like we should really like I needed purpose, like I was a finished carpenter. So like I eventually like I got out and like I had like a job that not only paid like a decent wage, but it gave me fulfillment. And I was like, I'm building things, I'm helping people, I'm like making beautiful, I'm making houses beautiful and all that. Like we need to like find what people are passionate about, what they can excel at, and like really set them up for a life where it's like, hey, you can afford a 1-bedroom apartment right out of here. Like you can feel good about you. It's like you're not just going to go get a job at Chipotle and want to kill yourself. And then so we just have to really, I mean, this is like a spiritual problem that is plaguing America. Like if you go to any city, like I live in Oakland, California, and it's like, it's totally fucked up.
Yeah, I agree. And it is sad too when you take all these people in jail and it's scary. They all like tattoos and like career criminals. But I do believe at the root of it, it's just like they were once a kid in a very loveless environment. And obviously like there's that's like a continuum. Obviously there's some people who like got it, but there's like other bad stuff mixed in. But then there's people who like just never ever in their life had like anybody care about them at all.
Yeah.
And that's like I think that's the real root issue when you're dealing with people like, jail, anything really.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, how the fuck? And you're going to try to correct that in like an environment that, you obviously need to like take precautions for society. But it's really sad. It's one of those things that's like very, very sad. And I think there is hopefully we'll figure it out. Hopefully we'll figure out a way because you can't go too kumbaya and be like, just give them a guitar and send them out there. And it's like you just bang someone in the head with a hammer and you're like, God damn it.
Yeah. Or like we're doing this thing where like we're just giving people like apartments in San Francisco and then they're on fentanyl, so they just die in their apartment immediately.
Yeah.
So it's like we can't really do that. I understand the argument, like homeless, what's the solution? Home. Like give them home, And it's like, okay, but if you're addicted to fentanyl, you're just gonna like be alone and OD on fentanyl. So yeah, man, there has to be like a more comprehensive approach. And like, people are like, oh, it's gonna cost so much money. And it's like we're like San Francisco spends over $1 billion a year on homelessness, and it's just gotten worse and worse and worse and worse. So it's like, I don't think money's the issue. Like we have the money, we just have to like redirect it into a way that is actually productive. But right now it's so set up to just like you can just launder so much money if you start a nonprofit. You know, it's so easy to start a nonprofit. It's like I hand out crack pipes, give me, you know, a $2 million contract. It's we just have to rethink all
the
this shit.
nonprofits. I didn't realize how, because I worked at one before when I was in social work school, and I was like, this is like, and it wasn't like out and out like a total scam, but it was kind of like, dude, you guys can tighten this thing up. Like it becomes incentivized to be like, just have someone show up, sign a box. It's like, yeah, but you could have like 5 appointments in one to make this guy's life easier. And like, we'll get $200 every time they show up. You dirty motherfucker. Yeah. But it's, I don't know. I remain hopeful. I think something will happen, but it is weird. Is this like the most homeless people we've ever had? Like
I'd imagine
historically. Cause I know there was always homeless people, but now it's like, you get out of cities and you're like, dude, it's like younger people just hit the rails, dude. And it's like, you see guys in like their 30s or 20s and you're like, bro, like what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Bad. I think there is something to it, man. There's that like spiritual malaise where it's like, there's no point to anything. What's the point? I'm never going to be, you know, X, Y, and Z. And like nobody has that. It's hard to find like the joy in a like, you know, a relatively simple life. Like you're saying, like I can take pride in my work. I can do my thing. Now it's just like everyone's so atomized. There's not like, oh, I'm part of a nice community. I'm part of everything's just off on like their own individual journey that, you know, typically when you're just by yourself, it just leads to like intense frustration and despair anyway.
Yeah. There's a lack of hope.
Yeah.
What's this? Oh yeah.
It rose 12% from 2022 to 2023. That's pretty bad, right?
That's pretty bad.
That's a gigantic leap.
It rose 64% in San Francisco from the year 2016 to 2022, and at the same time, spending on homelessness increased by 500%. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, you know, and there's no hope. You know, it's like we live in a time when it's like you can work really hard, you can get that raise, you can get that promotion, and it's like you're still not buying a house. Like,
I know,
that's just like you can't start a family. People aren't getting married. People aren't having kids. Like, it's tough. Hopefully, we come out of this. Hopefully, whoever wins the presidency, either one of them, just makes this shit better. You know, will they do it? Probably not.
Yeah, definitely not.
But
well, dude, definitely. I tell everyone buy your book. Your book's awesome, dude. Jared
Thank you.
Glickstein.
Yeah. The book's Crooked Smile. If you can't afford it, hit me up. I'll send you a copy, or I'll send you like a PDF. I am not a big reader. I know that's a surprise. I wrote a book, but like I can't read. If you can't read, you're looking for the audio book. It's not here yet, but if you buy a copy of the book, it will encourage my publisher to push for the audiobook, and then I'll like send you a link to the audiobook for free if you show me that you bought the book.
So the publisher is weary about doing the audiobook? Why?
They aren't weary. It's just like it's a different like legal setup with the contract, and it's just going to take time. I don't know, but like this will, if it does good sales, they'll push for it faster, and then like I'll send you like a LimeWire link to the fucking audiobook, or so, you know, I'll figure it out. But yeah, we're gonna try to push that through quickly.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Tell them to knock it off. Tell them to do it. Be like, dude, just give me recording time. You can record it in like 20 hours, man.
I know. Yeah, I could just,
off.
yeah, but it's like it's just a different, you know, it's legal agent shit. You know, I don't know. Who knows?
Well, dude, thank you so much for coming to this.
No, it's an honor, man. Thank you so much.